The following is a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Eero TV and KXLG Radio. This is coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament from historic Watertown Stadium on Post 17 TV. Now, let's head down to the diamond and round the bases with the KXLG pregame show on Post 17 TV.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025 South Dakota Class A American Legion State Baseball Tournament here in Watertown at beautiful Watertown Stadium, the 2025 edition. And first of all, I want to welcome my co-host here for the KXLG pregame show, Ben Dilla from KXLG. Benny, how you doing?
Good morning, Jeremy. I'm doing great. Beautiful day. We dodged the severe weather last night. A little overcast today, but temperatures are great. We're ready for some baseball.
A little humid, but yeah, the key was we missed a lot of the bad weather last night. We were worried about what was going to happen here in the area after a night where we saw a tremendous amount of rain and some tornadoes back on Sunday night, but last night cooperated well. Field's in good playing condition. Let's also say good morning to Todd Juddy. Todd, how are you doing today?
Doing well. I'm excited for the opportunity here today, but also more importantly, I think we're going to have a great week of baseball.
Absolutely. We're excited. We got a lot of games coming up here today, gentlemen. 4 today, 4 tomorrow, 3 more on Thursday, 2 on Friday, and maybe 1 to 2 on Saturday before we crown a champion. Now, let's keep in mind, this is the 100th anniversary of Legion Baseball here in South Dakota. Benny, where did Legion Baseball begin?
It started in Milbank, South Dakota, just about 35 miles northeast of Watertown here. So, and they're hosting the State Bees this year as well. So, right. Very special year, 100th anniversary of American Legion Baseball. Born here in South Dakota.
Pretty cool that Watertown and Milbank both hosting state tournaments. The Class A here starting today. Class B will start on Friday in Milbank. Well, let's talk a little bit about the tournament here. Ben, let's start off with you, and let's talk about the records of these ball clubs, because our first matchup here today that we're leading into is a battle of Rapid City.
Yes, it is. The one seed, Post 22, Rapid City, the Hard Hats, coming in with a 58-8 record. Sterling record, the number 1 seed, very well earned. They're a historic baseball program here in Watertown. Tons and tons of state championships. I think they're up to 44 state titles. So, I mean, they, out of 100 years, they've won 44 of these things. So, they know what they're doing out in Rapid, and they're facing their crosstown rival, the Post 320 All-Stars. They come in with a 32-28 record. They're the 8th seeds, so they beat Sioux Falls Post 15, correct, to get into the tournament. So, they are here, and these teams, I think, know each other pretty well. We should have a great game.
Absolutely. Well, Todd, let's get you in the picture here. Now, these two teams are in Rapid City. They made the 6+ hour drive here to Watertown. Kind of interesting. They pretty much share a parking lot. They have one stadium on one side, the other stadium there. You know, they're neighbors. They've seen each other a couple times this year, but kind of crazy. You have two Rapid City teams starting off this tournament.
Absolutely. You look at, they could say 22's won enough state titles themselves and have actually gone on to win the national championship, I believe, at some point in time earlier. 320, they come in today on a little bit of a roll. Came out to Sioux Falls and won those 2 games back-to-back. It'll take the 3rd game to win. So, it's going to be an interesting matchup for those guys, and they obviously are going to know each other pretty well. As you say, they mentioned the parking lots and ball fields, and probably a lot of these kids know each other. So it'll be a fun game to start the tournament off.
Absolutely. It's a good way to start it off. You got Rapid City Post 22, who is number 1. They got a pretty hefty record of wins there. No surprise for Rapid City Post 22. Maybe a surprise a little bit here with 320 getting into the tournament. And as we talked, Todd, knocking off Sioux Falls Post 15 East in the playoffs in 2 straight games, that opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Oh, absolutely. The time of the year you want to be playing your best baseball, and obviously they are right now. So the matchup itself with 22 today should be a good game to start the tournament off.
Absolutely. We're getting ready for game number 1 of the South Dakota Class A State American Legion Baseball Tournament here in Watertown. This is a KXLG pregame show. And Ben Dilla, let's talk about pitching.
Okay.
Because one thing when we talk about pitching, really at any level, but especially I think when you get into state tournament time, that's a big thing. There's rules on pitching, how many innings, all of that. A lot of strategy goes into play.
Yeah, tons of strategy, especially, if you're looking at winning the state championship, you're playing 5 days in a row. So pitcher's daily limit is 105 pitches, so it'll be interesting to see kind of how they manage that. I'm guessing we'll get a lot of this first day, a lot of the 61 to 80 pitching range, because that gives you 3 days of rest, which would let kids pitch again on Saturday if they needed to. Whereas 81 over, you got to do 4 days of rest, and that kind of takes you out the rest of the tournament. So I think we'll see a lot of that 45 to 80 pitch count range. So that's something to keep in mind. And when it comes to pitching, it's not just how good is your pitching, but how deep is it? With these pitch counts, you got to have a lot of arms that are ready to go at any notice, and so it's all hands on deck state tournament time. If you can throw, you might see the rubber. So that's definitely something I want to keep an eye on, to just see the strategy and kind of how that's managed throughout the tournament.
It's always that chess game that goes into play, and everybody's probably overthinking things a little bit leading into it. But Todd, when we talk about pitching, people always bring up, when you get to a tournament in a lot of levels, do you throw your ace right away? Do you do that, or how do you look at that? Because it is that chess game, trying to figure out how to save the ones.
I think the biggest thing is, as you mentioned, is to throw your ace. And I think if you don't win game one,
you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, now you're behind the 8 ball, and it's a whole different ball game. But you mentioned pitching, but I think also it comes down to how well your guys play behind the pitchers. You can't make errors, and your pitcher's got to throw strikes and trust the defense behind them. So it really is kind of a chess game, like I say. How many guys do you want to pitch the first maybe couple games to get yourself in position for the driver's seat moving forward?
Absolutely. And, the one thing is, and Todd, going back in years, or maybe on a ball club, you didn't see as many pitchers. Back in the olden days, you'd have maybe 3, 4, and now there's a lot of teams that can pitch.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's, you mentioned maybe some fielders, typically might play in the outfield maybe, but then all of a sudden, here they are on the mound, especially if the game gets a little bit lopsided, at what point you pull your pitcher, if you can score enough runs maybe to win the ball game.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of variables that come into play.
Well, let's talk about Rapid City Post 22. Of course, as Ben said, 44 state championships. That's a lot. This season, they only lost to one South Dakota team, and that was Yankton. That's pretty impressive. Their record of 58 wins and 8 losses, pretty awesome. They ended up winning game 2 of that one by a score of 9-0. When we look at Rapid City Post number 320, like we said, kind of a team that maybe is a little surprised to get here to a lot of people, but they're really going to come strong. Now, Todd, do they have anything to lose, Rapid City Post 320?
Absolutely not. And realistically, I don't think any team has anything to lose right now. When you look at Rapid City 22's record, you come in, you should be able to play loose. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, the key is going to be pitchers throwing strikes, playing behind, defense playing behind them. But you also got to put a run on the board, as we found out in the Watertown when they played 22 earlier this year. It was 1-0 game. So you're still going to have to put the ball in play, but maybe manufacture a run if you can, or 2, or whatever it might take to win the ball game.
Well, the one thing we mentioned with 22 is that their only loss to a South Dakota team was Yankton. Now, Yankton actually did get beat by Rapid City Post 320 earlier this season, 4-3 back on June the 11th, and that was 320's only win this season versus a team in this year's state tournament. So something to keep in mind. But Benny, anything can happen. That's how we play the game, especially baseball.
Absolutely, yeah. You could have an off day, and if you're not throwing strikes, you get a bunch of walks, and that pitch count goes up, and all of a sudden strategy's out the door, and you got to pivot to plan B or plan C. So, it's going to be a fascinating tournament. It's a double elimination, so even if one of these teams lose today, they're by no means out of it. It's going to be a great game, and I can't wait to watch it kick off here shortly.
All right, well, we're getting ready for starting lineups. That's going to wrap up the KXLG pregame show. We'll be back for a postgame show, hopefully talk to the winning coach and a player, and have much more coming up here. And including inside the game, we're going to have KXLG inside the game at about the bottom of the 4th inning. We're going to talk with Ryan Neal, the tournament director. So much more coming up, but we're going to send it to the guys up in the booth as we get ready for today's game. Rapid City Post 22, Rapid City Post number 320, game 1 of the South Dakota State A American Legion Baseball Tournament. Much more coming up with the pregame with the fellas coming up. Perfect. Thank you, Emma.
so we can talk.
Because you're going to be down on the field right
morning.
in front of home plate.
This is Sam Mooney in the booth, and joining me as always is Tyson Zemlicka. And man, are we excited to be here today for the 100th anniversary of Legion Baseball in South Dakota, Tyson.
You know, we called a football game, quite a few football games here over the years, and you said the last time I was with you, it's our last time at the iconic Watertown Stadium, and we're back. They didn't get enough of us yet. They're not sick of us, I guess.
How great is this venue for not only for the city of Watertown, but for the state of South Dakota and Legion Baseball? I mean, what an iconic way to celebrate 100 years.
It is, and it's a beautiful morning. We thought we were going to have some bad weather last night into today, and it couldn't have worked out much better so far.
I think we are getting ready here maybe for some opening lineups, national anthem, but it's exciting, Tyson. We got a great matchup between Rapid City Post 320 and Rapid City Post 22.
Yeah, one of the state's best for a long time. Post 22 has been just a dominant force in the baseball world here in the state over the last 50, 60 years plus. They've been awesome, been fun to watch. Excited for a good game here today.
Yeah, so, I mean, with Post, I mean, we heard it a little bit on the pregame. Post 22 is obviously the juggernaut. They come in with 44 state championships and, you know, and not too shabby over the course of 100 years.
No, they're pretty good. It's a little bit of the, you know, David versus Goliath feel to it. But it's a tournament. You know, anything can happen in one game at a time. The guys downstairs talked about here earlier. Who does Post 22 throw? Do they throw their ace? Do they go their second guy? All of them are obviously pretty good, but you never know if you're going to catch a pitcher on a bad day, and so you always show up and play the game for a reason.
A couple names to watch for Post 22, and we'll get into Post 22 as well as Post 320, but a couple names to watch is going to be Wyatt Reeder, Post 22's second baseman. My understanding is as good of a baseball player he is, he's a better hockey player. He was part of the he was part of Rapids hockey state championship team. How's this for some stats for the young man? 48 goals and 68 assists.
I don't know a lot about hockey, but I know 48 goals a ton.
Yeah, 48 goals and 68 assists for the young man. He's going to be, I would imagine he'll be starting at second base for them. Big time player, led the team in hits. He had like 17 triples, a bunch of doubles to go on top of it, so he'll be exciting to watch. Had a .545 average, 5 home runs, 17 doubles, about 80 singles.
Wyatt Reeder. Batting in the 3-hole for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a stud. I'm sure he can flat out hit.
Yeah, it really interesting to be able to watch these guys. And if you're Post 22, I feel like coming in as the heavy favorites, I feel like a lot of the stress is on you, no?
I would agree with you. I think there's definitely an experience factor, like you've mentioned, a lot of state titles. I think that experience definitely plays into it, but there's always anxiety, you know, the bugs for young 17, 18-year-old boys. I'm excited to see how they answer the bell. Is it a quick first inning? Is it a hot start? But absolutely, there's always nerves on both sides, and both teams hopefully come out and are ready to go.
Yeah, and if you're Post 320, you know, the crosstown rival, really, you got nothing to lose. You come in as the 8 seed going up against the 1 seed. It's the Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, you know, Akron, Michigan type, or Appalachian State, Michigan type feel. You know, so you come in nothing to lose, and you know the only people that they need to believe in them is themselves.
Absolutely. And these teams, obviously being right down the road from each other, they know each other very well. They know what to expect. So yeah, you have nothing to lose. You're on a road in a different environment. Maybe just, like I said, catch a pitcher on a bad day. But you got nothing to lose here. Double elimination tournament. So even if you get down a few runs right away, keep your head in it. You got a long tournament ahead of you here. Yeah,
and, you know, Post 320 comes in with some confidence. They upset Sioux Falls Post 15 East to get here. You know, that wasn't a game that they weren't really expecting to win, but they did. In 2024, they had 12 wins. And then in 2025, they come in with like 32 wins. So, I mean, what a major improvement from year over year. So you got all the confidence in the world coming in this one.
And we've seen it in professional sports and collegiate sports. It's not always the best team when the playoffs come around. It's the hottest team. It's teams that have made the most games throughout the year. When you're coming in hot to a tournament like this, it doesn't take much to keep that roll going, and we'll see if Post 320 can continue to do that today.
So, you know, Benny and Jeremy talked a little bit about it on pregame. If you're, let's focus on Post 22 for now. If you're Post 22, what do you do strategic-wise as far as your pitcher? You throw your ace and you let him go 79, 80 pitches right away?
You know, the reason that I would throw my ace is, you know, they talk about the pitch limit, pitching a couple days in advance. You can throw your ace today and obviously plan on throwing him on Saturday as well. that's why I would throw my ace. Now, post-22's coaches know a whole lot more about their team than I ever will, and I'm sure their top 2 or 3 guys are all just bona fide studs. So if they want to throw number 2 today because they think they're going to have possibly a tougher or a worse matchup tomorrow, I can see that. But then if you're going to hold your ace out on Saturday, I don't know if that would be the route I'd go either. So I expect to see post-22's ace today.
Yeah, I agree, and that way you set them up for Saturday, and it's much harder to get to Saturday to get to that elusive championship game if you lose your first game.
And you're 100% right. It is always tough to say, you don't want to look 3 days in advance, but when you are the tournament favorite, you owe it to your team and your player, your community, your supporting staff, to really put your team's best foot forward. And really, you'd think that would mean your ace going today, and hopefully, if everything goes according to plan for them on Saturday. So that's who I would expect to see.
Yeah, and they're deep. Post 22 is deep, and excuse me. Now let's shift our attention over to Rapid City Post 320. Like I said, they came in with an 8-7 win over Post 15 East in the first game, and in the second game they got a 3-0 win. So they were able to win and come in. They were the 6th seed going into the playoffs. So East was the 6th seed, and Post 22 was the 11th seed. So they know a little thing or two about an upset.
Yeah, they got nothing to lose here today. I don't know who they throw today. I'm sure all arms are available. But the biggest thing is it's a long tournament. So even if your ace is in there right now and things don't go according to plan, if you get him out of there so you can pitch him, right away on Saturday again, if you get to that point, a lot of options, so many different things going through these head coaches' minds right now. Ultimately, it comes down to these players just showing up and playing the game they love. But it's always interesting to see that strategic point coming out of these coaches as well.
Post 22 is going to be the home team for this game, while Post 320 will be the away team. Some of the names that we're gonna talk about for Post 320. Max Speed. Is there a better baseball name than Max Speed?
It's still some bases today.
What's this guy's attribute? Like, speed attribute has got to be like a 99, doesn't it?
With a name like that, you probably play all sports, but baseball's probably a good one for him.
100% want to see Max Speed be stealing some bases. Jet Peterson, Colton Melhoff, Tegan Sales, Aiden Bird, Layden France, Nolan Williamson, Nola Wild.
Even Jet's a good name for stealing bases.
Yeah, for sure. And not to overlook Post 320, because we certainly don't need to do that. They're here. There's a lot of teams in the state that want to be here that aren't. And, Post 320's definitely got some talent on there. They strung together some nice wins to get to their 32-win season. First time in program history that they were placed in the Gopher Classic and then advanced to the round of 16. Like I said earlier, where they upset Post 15. But, they've got a handful of guys that are going to be playing college baseball next year. By my count, 6.
And I've seen some college coaches, USF, Northern. I've seen a small handful of college coaches here today, probably recruiting some teammates, probably checking on those guys as well. Good ball players on both sides, and I said just from scouts walking in here, that already reflects over. So
yeah, for sure. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but what a great venue for the 100th South Dakota Legion State Baseball Tournament, the iconic Watertown Stadium. And shout out to Ryan Neal and his team for getting the stadium looking the way that it does. The field itself is beautiful, but the complex in the stadium is just, I've never seen it look any better than what it does right now. Got American flags all over the place, got their banners. It looks great. It looks great, man.
As you would say, it looks 10 out of 10.
It does look 10 out of 10.
I know it does not look like we got 3 inches of rain here 2 nights ago. The field looks perfectly mowed. Everything just looks great. The field looks great. Like I said, the banners across the board, 10 out of 10 easy.
Yeah, for sure. It's a gorgeous venue. Like I said, Ryan and his team have got everything running real smooth. We are about 5 minutes away from our first pitch. I think we're going to pause here for the greatest song ever composed, and we'll be right back.
And the chairman, Mr. Lyle Tolsma. At this time, we ask that you all please rise for the recitation of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, to be followed by the presentation of colors and then the singing of our national anthem. To present the code, the chairman of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, the Honorable Lyle Tolsma.
Congratulations. Got to come all the way to Watertown to play each other from across the parking lot. So we wish you the best of luck. The weather's great today, and Good luck. Repeat after me, please. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck, gentlemen.
At this time, we ask that everyone remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Hank Rosso.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, it never gets old. Joining us in the booth real quick, Billy McElhaney.
Special guest.
Courtesy of Roy Sports Shop, bringing us a book. What a man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right, so we should be noted here, too, before we get started, that the awesome shots that you're seeing, the great camera work that you're seeing, the high-definition cameras and all that such is courtesy of Ryan Remmer's team at Aero TV. Ryan and his team are going to be here all week. We'll have a couple different broadcast teams for everybody, so you're not forced to listen to Tyson and I for the whole tournament. And here we go, post 22, taking the field for opening round.
The best in the business, those guys running those cameras. There's a lot of them. It takes a lot of guys to make this this project go round and round, and they do a fantastic job. A diligent bunch, a hard-working bunch, and they do a fantastic job.
You're going to see some angles that you may have not seen before. We'll get some split views. We might have some in-game interviews with different coaches and personnel and maybe some players. You're really in for a treat here. South Dakota is very blessed to be able to watch the team at Aero TV here today.
Yeah, you never know who pops into our booth. Like I said, we already got Mr. McElhaney from Roy Sports Shop stopping up here, helping us out, dropping us off a book so we can keep track of some details. But you never know who's going to drop by.
Yep, it's going to be a fun week with a bunch of different personalities, but the main event of everything is the kids that you see on the field here now. I'm just excited to watch some very, very talented young men play a phenomenal game. Some say the perfect game.
America's pastime, right?
Yeah. It's just it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's good for Watertown and good for South Dakota.
Just watching the pitcher here get adjusted. He had a pitch or two in the dirt there to get started, but just trying to mix it all up, getting his arm loosened up, getting all the right angles here. But the hard hats are coming together here. It looks like they're ready to go.
You know, those hats do look hard.
They do.
Tyson, those appear to be hard hats.
That was what my father-in-law told me. That's the one thing that really stands out about them is they're hard hats. They wear those hard hats all the time.
I love what just happened there is that the infield just tipped their cap to the outfield, and the outfield tips their cap back. Well, I mean, it's pretty legit team unity. I mean, you can see why they're the best team in the States. It's little things like that, appreciating each other.
They really are a well put together oiled machine. Even in the pregame, it shows up.
Who do we got leading off? I can't see the numbers super well.
I will tell you here, Sam.
Got a lineup for me here? Post 320 is going to be...
Post 320's first batter is number 21, Jonah Blake. The catcher.
21, Jonah Blake. All right, well, we are underway here for round one. We get a foul ball straight back. You know, a lot of people say that when you foul ball and it goes straight back like that, you're right on it. You just missed.
Just missed it. See if you can make adjustment here, get on top of that ball, and put it in a gap.
You know, a lot of baseball players will sit way back in the box. Ooh, and we're on the board with our first runner. It was interesting, though, like what I was going to get at is a lot of baseball players will sit way back in the box so they have some more time on that fastball. And you can see here, Jonah, he's right in the middle of it, right on top of the plate.
Yeah, and it's you got to think you're maybe just, again, it's a state tournament, and you know they've been to a lot post 22 and they've done very well, but maybe a couple nerves there. You know, that ball gets away. And it hit him pretty. I mean, it hit him pretty good. It wasn't like it just nicked him. So
yeah, no.
Pitch was definitely a little bit more than a little inside, and got a hold of him. We got our first left-handed batter though. We get a little bit better angle here when it's a left-handed bat as well.
Yeah, number 11, Aiden Bird, left-handed batter, and now you'll see here, and he's back further in the box. And then now we'll have to work out of the stretch. Great block there by the catcher.
See, just like we saw in the warm-up there, he's had a few pitches in the dirt so far. So just got to get those nerves worked out. First out usually helps you settle in.
Who's on the mound here for post 22?
Post 22, the pitcher is Jaden Moreno, number 16.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a big man. Got to find that strike zone here a little bit more, which he will as he gets settled into this ball game.
Is this his fourth pitch, Tyson? 2 to the first guy, and then 1. So this will be number 4.
Correct.
Yeah, and he's down low on everything. And one thing to keep in mind as this tournament progresses, you'll notice that the backstop here at the Watertown Stadium is quite far back. So if a ball does get away, that's a cement slab that's behind there. So you don't know what kind of ricochet that you could get on there too. So runner, I mean, you get a fast enough runner on first, you could go first to third.
Gosh, another ball here. But yeah, like you said, if it hits that mat, it may just die and stay still. But if it hits, like you said, if it hits the cement, it's going to ricochet right back, and it might come right to the catcher and throw a guy out going to second.
Yeah, you just don't have any idea where it's at. So a quick move over to first, and Blake gets back easily. But as a catcher, you don't see a whole lot of catchers leading off anymore, Tyson.
No, it must be a good stick.
There he goes, squeezes one in there.
So if you're post 320, this is all you can ask for right here out of the gate. Get a couple guys on base, run that pitch count up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get a 3-0 count. Smart by Bird to take. Heavy bat there. Ooh, he was close on that one.
Yeah, he did not get him, I don't think, but that was a little bit closer.
No, much closer.
Just about caught him looking.
Yeah.
Do you know in baseball, or high school, is it the same rule as the MLB, or you can throw over as many times as you want, I think?
I would imagine you could throw over as many times as you want. The high school baseball games that I've seen, it's never been an issue. Yeah, lead a little shorter over at first now there.
That's a ball.
Pitch is going to be a ball 4. So yeah, pitch count is. I mean, we're only 2 batters in, but pitch count is, like you said, if you're post 320, you're definitely happy with that.
Yeah, we're gonna get a quick meeting here by post 22 just to say, hey, top of 1, 2 guys on, no big deal. I'm gonna just take a deep breath here, settle in. Good move by the catcher there. Go up there just to slow the heart rate down and make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Tegan Sales is your 3-hitter for post 30. So now you got runners on first and second, nobody out with your 3-hitter. 22's pitcher, the Hard Hats pitcher, is having a hard time finding the strike zone. Only 1 strike out of 7 pitches.
It's a red light here for me. I'm not swinging.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, he's going to lay down the bunt.
He got him. That's a great play by a pitcher.
Interesting strategy. Let's go. Great play by the pitcher. Maybe even a better play by the third baseman. But laying down a bunt with your 3-hitter?
It is interesting. You know what we maybe become accustomed to seeing from Post 22. They're going to score a few runs. At least they think so. So trying to sneak maybe one across in the top of the first maybe isn't the angle I had taken, but either way, the biggest thing is you got to execute. It was kind of bunted right back to the pitcher. A great play by him. And usually when you get a pitcher moving, just like getting a running back going in football, get him hit a couple times, get him running around. That's usually what helps him settle in. And now you want to see if, for Post 22, their pitcher settles back into this game a little bit more and finds the strike zone. And you saw in that first pitch there, he was able to.
Colton Melhoff is the cleanup hitter for Post 320. He takes the first one as a strike. Off-speed pitch is going to be the second one, and that's going to be strike 2. So now working ahead in the account at 0-2. All sorts of different things that you can do here. I'd like to see him kind of stretch the strike zone here and see if you can get Melhoff to chase.
Yeah, see if he goes something low again. We'll see if his catcher can block and keep in front if he goes back down low.
He's been doing a very good job of that, too. Yeah, gets the backwards K on that one.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know if that was a curveball.
Yeah, it looked like off-speed pitch from here.
Something broke in there and froze him.
Yep.
I think in a couple innings, if not even sooner, we might going to go back to that bunt, Sam, and talk about that. Again, I know there's no outs at the top of the first, but that might be one of those big plays of the game that we talked about here for a little while.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, you think you got runners on first and second, nobody out. You get your 3-hitter up, and you lay down a bunt. Batting now is Max Speed. This is our guy. Put it in the gap here. Let's see how he can run. A lot of green grass out there. A runner in scoring position. See what they can come up with. Did I get that right? Is that number 24, Max Speed? Is that right, Tyson? Number 5 hitter?
That is correct.
And you'll notice he's back in the box too. But there's been a lot. I feel like there's been a lot of off-speed pitches.
You know, he's the first baseman, right? Usually you don't put your fastest guy at first base, so maybe his name is deceiving us a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or maybe he's just for first baseman, he's got some wheels. I guess we're going to find out here.
Yeah, typically your first baseman's not your fastest guy, but with a name like Max Speed, I love that name. That's like a video game name. It's like a name that you would name your created character on MLB The Show.
If they do an all-tournament team name, I think he's already got a spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Another interesting point here to mention, even if that bunt does get laid down perfectly, you know, with that backwards K after, it would still be 2 down with runners on second and third, so it doesn't look like anything's really hurt right now, but it's definitely mentality-wise, it changes a couple things.
Well, and on that bunt, I mean, and you tell me, but that bunt came down on the third base side. It took the pitcher off the mound, and he was able to. All his momentum was going that way.
Right.
You typically want that bunt to go over on the first base side.
Absolutely.
And either if you can kill it in the grass, like just off of the dirt there. Or if you're gonna do like a drag bunt and take it down the line, you want that on the first base side to go past the pitcher,
right?
And just do whatever you can to get to advance those runners over to second and third.
To your point, the biggest thing is just execution. Bunting there is fine, but you certainly have to get on that first base line if you're gonna do it.
Yep, 100% agree. There's an off-speed pitch that's in there for a strike. So that brings the count to even to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to our number 5 hitter, Max Speed. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Post 22 doing their best to get out of the inning unscathed. With a relatively high pitch count. I'm not 100% accurate on my pitch. Yeah, there's another backwards K, and I don't think Speed liked that one at all. He's looking right over to his coach. We're going to take a quick commercial break here in between innings. Come back for the bottom of the first.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know, right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Okay, and we are back for the bottom of the first and a 0-0 score. Leading off for post 22 is going to be number 10, Aiden Roberts. Where's he at defensively, Jason?
He is at third base.
Third base. Man, we've had a catcher lead off, and a third baseman lead off.
They do things different in the professional games that you and I watch a bunch. You imagine Alec Bohm leading off for the Phillies? That'd make you sick.
Yeah. Man, half the time when Bohm's in the lineup, it makes me sick.
You're already sick.
Got a lefty here for post 320. Who's on the mound for 320?
For post 320, the man on the mound is Landon Fats. Same thing for him. First pitch in the dirt. So I said just a few nerves getting worked out here for both sides. First game of the whole tournament. I'm sure they made a little bit of a drive yesterday, if not the day before. I saw Harrisburg was at the Country Road Barn last night. They had a big team event going on there. I drove by and saw them.
Very nice. Yeah, two in the dirt. Both catchers doing a nice job of keeping it in front.
If I was a bet man, I'd probably put some money on Harrisburg today. That's a pretty good pregame meal to have the night before.
You're not
especially
wrong.
Against Yankton. I guess that's my upset pick is what I'm trying to say.
Not wrong. And you'll see here Aiden Roberts back in the box quite deep as well. There we go. It's on the board with the 2-1. That looked like a fastball. 2-1 here, nobody on. Aiden Roberts leading off for post 22. I watched a game of theirs earlier. They put up 11 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, this team can hit, can't they?
Yeah. Yeah, 3-1 pitch here. What are you looking for here if you're Robert?
Right down the money here. Just like that.
Yeah, ball goes into the left center gap. Left fielder's over, and he's on top of it. Good communication there between the two. Easy out, number one.
In that 3-1 count, you're kind of looking for it in your sweet spot, and he got it just a little bit under that ball there. And nothing, no harm done there. Put it up in the air, and left fielder's under it. I did notice in the last inning that center fielder wasn't playing, terribly deep. I don't know how many balls get drilled towards that wall or in the gap, but neither of these center fielders look like they're playing so deep, I guess. It's a big field, though.
Yeah, Lars Kiefer is center fielder for post 22. He's up there hacking right away on the first swing. 0-1 count. No, center fielders are more your traditional leadoff hitter. I mean, or your three guy. There he's out or behind that one, and it looks like a can of corn here to the first baseman and settled in nicely.
Gosh,
number 2.
He honestly made that look quite a bit easier than I think it was. He got to his spot right away, got under it, made a nice catch. You see certain professionals struggle with that one going back 30 feet. It wasn't like it was a high pop either. It landed pretty quick.
That's not a super easy catch to make. Right. Credit. I mean, you're absolutely right. When we saw Reese Hoskins blow an ACL on that very play, a few years ago. So you go from the grass to the dirt, and it looks like the crew has done a great job with the lip there. So it doesn't appear like there's much of a lip there at all. But yeah, difficult play, and he made it look easy.
You almost think the second baseman might have a better angle getting to that, but that first baseman Cochran got under it, camped under it, and set up quick. It was a very good play by him.
Brings up number 18 for 22, and this is Wyatt Reeder.
This guy with the big stick.
Where is Wyatt playing second base today, Tyson?
Wyatt. 4, that's the second baseman.
Yep, second base. Yeah, and on 3 pitches, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Sets him down in 3 consecutive pitches. So at the bottom of at the top of the second, we got a 0-0 game. And if you're post 320, if you are 320, you are ecstatic right now.
Yeah, you definitely got to run across there, but knocking those guys out 1, 2, 3 was awesome.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial break and come back for the start of the second inning.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger.
Okay, we are back for the start of the second inning, and leading off is going to be Jeff Peterson. Center fielder Jeff Peterson, number 14. Missed that. So first one's a ball, and missed where it was.
Hit a little high.
It bounces that one in front of the plate here again.
You know, the pitcher for post 22, he's not looked extremely comfortable out there so far. Jaden Moreno.
Yeah, I mean, we hinted on it earlier. There's some nerves there. Yeah, and bounces another one in front of the plate.
Just about bouncing the grass.
Yeah.
Just trying to settle in here. And after he fielded that bunt, he was fantastic after that.
Yeah, third baseman made a great play on that as well. I think, and that one's in there. I think if for any pitcher that's uncomfortable on the mound and you have a high pitch count in the first inning, I mean, there's a lot of positives there. You know that he got out of the inning unscathed, and we see a rope right on center field and laced.
Hit it pretty good, right at him.
Yeah, tattooed it just for a line drive right at the center fielder. But I think if you're the pitcher, if you just want to get yourself settled in, fastballs. At the end of the day, like, speed wins in baseball. I mean, the off-speed stuff is great, but if you blow by a fastball by somebody, I mean, you can do that over and over.
You got a good defense behind you. If they want to put a few in play, let the guys behind you do their job as well.
He's going to bring up the shortstop here, Noah Wald.
And that was a fastball. That one missed a little high.
And I think it's okay, sticking to the fastball.
Absolutely. So whatever it's got to take for you to stay consistently in that strike zone is what he's just got to stick with right now, just until he is comfortable and he finds that strike zone consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, speed wins. And he goes back to the off-speed there. He's just having a hard time finding the control on the off-speed pitches.
I don't know how often they play games at 10 a.m., Sam. That certainly may have something to do with it.
Great point. And also, it's 9 a.m. where they are.
That's a good point.
They're an hour behind us.
I know they play a lot of games in a season, but I can't imagine they start many this early.
Yeah, I mean, post 22 play, what was there, 58 and 8. So 66 games. Jeez. I mean, that's plenty.
That is a lot of games.
Yeah.
And I know they don't just stay locally; they kind of go all over when they play their games.
Yeah, and that one misses. That's going to be another 3-1 count. Heavy pitch count early for post 22.
So if you're the batter, you got to be thinking strike, or fastball. Right?
Yeah, send out fastball.
That one was low. Fastball, but low.
So Wald draws the walk. That's going to bring up number 10, and that is Ethan Wilson. Where's he at defensively today, Tyson?
He is in left field.
Number 8 hitter here for post 320. And again, he's back in the box too, expecting a heavy dose of fastballs, but we've seen a lot of off-speed pitches.
See, these runners when they're on base for post 320, they got to be ready to go. All these balls in the dirt.
Yep.
You're going to take advantage of one of these here pretty soon.
Yeah, and we'll see what kind of lead Wald gets off of first.
It wasn't a great lead the last time.
Yeah, I missed it the first time. He's only a couple steps off. And an expecting bunt, yeah.
See, he got back easy on that one. But
yeah. And do you like the bunt here? 1 out?
I don't. Like I said, just only because he's putting a couple on the ground. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's trying to sneak a base to second.
He's showing bunt, and then he's going to pull it back.
That's down.
That's down. Going to the right center gap. That might be extras. No, he's going to stay at first. Got runners on the corners here with 1 out. If you're post 320, you are happy.
Yeah, and I know you and I are both happy he didn't bunt.
Yeah.
Now you're a sac fly away here, or just, again, another pass ball from getting on the board.
Okay, so that's going to bring up Kaysen Kottenbauer.
Are we going to have a pitching change or just a meeting? I think just a meeting.
I would assume just a meeting. What can you where's Kostenbauer at, Tyson?
Kostenbauer, he is the DH. That was the only reason I thought they maybe would bunt. Traditionally DH, pretty good hitter, get a guy just in scoring position in second, but I'm glad he pulled back from that bunt. Hit a nice ball in the right center.
Yeah, great ball. And the umpire is saying, you know what?
We got a lot of
meetings are for work.
We got a lot of games to play today.
Yeah.
Let's keep this show
moving. 4
moving.
games to go. What do we know about the next game? Who's on deck here for the 1 o'clock game is going to be Yankton post 12, the number 2 seed, versus Harrisburg post 45, the number 7 seed. That's going to be at 1 o'clock, and Cam Corey and Brett Scott, I believe, are going to be on the call for that.
I told you I know nothing about either of those 2 teams, but I'm taking the team that I know had a good meal last night. So I'm sticking with Harrisburg. Even though Yankton, upset post 22 at one point, probably not even an upset. But
so we got Wald on third, Wilson's on first, and Kostenbauer here is at the plate here, trying to drive in the first runs of the tournament. Goes off speed again, looked like, right?
Yeah, the left-handed DH swung and missed on one there. But that was his best off-speed pitch he's had so far today, I think.
Yeah, good control.
Set the tone early in the count.
And I think you really want to be just near the plate. And a lot of these balls that he's throwing haven't been competitive pitches.
Right. And the hitter's got to be up there thinking probably fastball too, and then you kind of caught him off guard there. So
yeah, good start for him.
Good meeting by the head coach.
Yeah, for sure, great meeting. And then now you're ahead. As one of the few batters that he's worked ahead.
He's going. He's out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, geez. I think tough break on the steal attempt there, and a great throw. Great
man. Changes.
Throw. So he did a good. You can see on the replay here, he's trying to do tuck his arm in to avoid the tag, but
that ball got there so fast.
Yeah, the umpire was right on top of it, and we got an out there on the stealing there. Yeah, and there's a perfect example of what you're talking about. The runners need to get that good secondary lead.
That runner's wishing he'd have stole 1 pitch later, because he'd have been standing up on second base right now.
Yep. I love the call to steal. You get out, stay out of the double play. And like you said, pitcher's been bouncing some balls in front of the plate, and if you pick the right one, you're there standing.
Right. Definitely a little bit tougher to turn double play on a left-handed bat, but
yeah, assuming that he gets out of the box quick and.
A little bit bigger gap between first and second when the guy's on first, because that first baseman's typically holding them there, or they certainly were there.
Yeah, for sure. That 3-4 hole opens up, and at times you could drive a Mack truck through it, with the runner holding on first, or the first baseman holding the runner on. It's a ball right up the middle. It's going to go to short. Easy flick of the wrist, and post 22 escapes again. We're going to go to a commercial break here and come back for the bottom of the second.
For Rapid City post 320 in the top of the second, no runs on 1 hit. There were no
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters, Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers, Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
Okay, bottom of the second inning here, 0-0. But if you are post 320, you are not upset right now.
No, you've threatened in both innings.
Yes.
It's just a couple small execution things they haven't quite hit on. And that's the big difference. And, you know, if you look back on this game, I have a feeling in 5-6 innings, you're going to say, we had our shot in the first, had our shot in the second.
Yep, two stressful innings.
Right, didn't quite do what we needed to do, but like you said, at least run the pitch count up here on post 22.
Yep, and leading off here for post 22 is going to be the cleanup hitter, number 27, Kane McLeod. He's also the DH. And for post 320, your DH is batting 9th. And for 22, your DH is a cleanup hitter.
Very odd that you have your DH batting in the 9 hole, I thought. But we've seen some unique trends here, I guess, with batting orders and such.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder how that'll compare to. And every lineup construction is different, and you have different strengths and weaknesses in each lineup. But yeah, typically your DH is that that 4 or 5 hitter.
I don't know how much they change their even roster on a game-to-game basis, but maybe the lefty on the mound has something to do with it.
Fair. Yeah. 3-1 count here to McLeod as he's pushing here too.
That's a good hit.
Yeah, it's going to go fall right in front of the center fielder for post 22's first base hit of the day. Good lead-off single there. It's a good start.
When you're the DH, you got one job, right? So,
yeah, just get on.
I've always thought that'd be one of the toughest roles is you sit down all the time and then, God forbid you do have an 0-for-4 day. It almost feels like you didn't contribute to the team at all. But not going to be a problem for the DH from post 22.
Jace Morgan, left fielder, coming up with the runner on, and this will put the pitcher out of the stretch.
Must be a little
which we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen. Who's pitching for 320?
For post 320, it is Landon Fats.
Landon Fats.
I bet it's pronounced Fats, if I had to.
We'll go with Landon.
Okay, I like that.
There you go. Landon's working the count here now. Evens it up back to 1-1. Doesn't appear that he's ultra worried about Kane there on first base.
The lead doesn't look very big from here. When I look at it on the screen, it looks like he's a hair farther. But
yeah, and as soon as I say it, he throws over.
Yep.
Naturally.
Yep, that's kind of how it works. It's your jinx.
Naturally. So, Tyson, talk about what you can and cannot do as a pitcher when you're throwing over to first, especially for a lefty.
You got to obviously step off before you throw over, but when that knee comes up, it's got to be towards the plate. Is that going to be too?
Oh, yeah. Taylor made 6'4", or no, just 6'3". Taylor made double play there. 6'3".
Yeah, post 320's had some really good things so far in these 2 innings. That's a little bit of a unfortunate hit there right at the shortstop. Like you said, Taylor made double play.
It's going to bring up the first baseman, Dexter Steen. Solid name too, Dexter Steen. Another lefty.
Dexter.
Big lefty.
I've been impressed with Landon though so far. He's working the count.
Yeah. I mean, he's efficient. He's working ahead, throwing strikes. He's all around the strike zone.
The one guy he does let on, his next batter, he gets a ball on the ground, lets his infield do the work. So he's been efficient and good to watch here so far.
Yeah, and he's working quickly too. Like you'll see him get the ball back, he'll get on the rubber, you know, and then shortly thereafter he goes. Like, I mean, he's not shaking off his catcher much. You know, he's moving quickly. Yep, and there you go. He's in the back ahead in the count, 1-2.
We've seen Moreno step off the plate a few times. I think he just with some frustration and kind of settle himself back in.
Yep.
And like I said, Landon, he's been going to work up there.
Yeah, gets him out in front, and that's going to go foul. Yeah, the off-speed pitch gets him out in front. Looks like he can buggy a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Steen, he moved up the line pretty quick there.
He's athletic, young buck.
Yeah, I like that. So 1-2 count. Landon's pitch count is low. I don't have it 100% accurate, but it's around 14, 15 pitches.
Yeah, that's probably about all it is.
Yeah, I mean, he had a quick first inning. He's making work here the second inning with a double play. Gets a backwards K. Great pitch. Yeah, it looked like Steen knew it right away, too. All right, at the end of 2, 0-0.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out's Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course, race your crew in go-karts, and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
Top of third inning here, Tyson, 0-0 game.
Yeah, it's what I was hoping for. You know, I don't know if it's what everybody here from Rapid City was expecting, but we're expecting a close game. Post 320 is showing up. They've made some good plays offensively and defensively. It's just an execution thing for them right now. Whether it's, you know, not executing a bunt correctly or getting caught stealing, they've been one small play away in both innings, you know, from really breaking this game kind of open here.
Is this Jonah Blake here, Tyson? Can we got a number on him? Is this number 21?
Let me see if I can see on the screen a little better.
I think it is because he's the only guy. Yeah, he was hit by a pitch in his first at bat, and he's the only guy that appears to be not far back in the box.
So this we're at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, this is top of the lineup for post 320. Remember, he got hit by a pitch in his second pitch of the game there. On that.
He got him again.
Another one. What's the OBP there for Mr. Blake today? 1,000.
You know, those two might live like right down the street from each other. There might be a little internal bad blood there.
That one he looked like he took off the top of the shoulder. The other one
that was an off-speed pitch.
And it was? It was?
It came in, it looked like it was like a, here we see.
It looked like an off-speed pitch to me. Do you think it was a fastball?
No, off-speed.
Yeah.
Some type of breaking pitch.
Now, I think what the umpires are talking about here, and I could be wrong, but I feel like if the umpires are talking about if he leaned into it.
I think you're right. He's not going back.
Yeah, he's not going back. I mean, they pointed at him, but I believe that's probably what they were talking about is if the batter, Jonah Blake, leaned into the pitch, And that is frowned upon. They're leaving him at first base.
I certainly think that pitch was inside. Now, did he?
Yeah. I think he may have leaned into it a little bit.
Did he bust his butt to get out of the way? No.
I mean, he wasn't diving to get out of the way, but at the same token, you're the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, get on base any way you can.
Yeah, and tell me that he doesn't have the respect of his teammates going up there seeing 3 pitches and getting hit twice.
I don't blame him.
No, not at all.
Their game, got to score somehow.
So this is going to bring up Aiden Bird, and he took a walk last at bat. Where's he at defensively, Tyson?
Oops. Aiden.
Yeah, I missed it the first time.
Oops. Aiden Bird is in that. I'm just coming back to my other screen here. He's in right field.
Right field. All right, so he's working the count here too. Brings the count even.
Yeah, he's not in a hurry up there.
I do like the patience here that 320 is showing. They're not getting up there and swinging wildly. Patient, finding strikes.
I think
fouls off the off-speed pitch there.
I think they have recognized that Moreno's been just a little inconsistent, a little wild today. Clearly hit a couple guys. Hit the same guy, I should say. Walked a couple batters. Definitely had some balls in the dirt, so they got to be patient up there, which they have been.
Looks like about 2.5 steps off of first base here for Blake. Moreno going back to the fastball there.
Brings it full
count here. You send him?
I think post 320 does the way they're playing this game.
Let's see if he goes. No, he's not. And he gets him on the swing.
Probably a good thing he didn't send him.
Yep, that's strikeout number 3 for Moreno.
So they've been playing aggressive, trying to get some runs here. To your point, I thought they maybe would send him.
So this brings up the 3-hitter. This is Tegan Sales. He's the one that laid down the bunt in the first inning. Where's he at defensively, Tyson?
Wyatt Reeder? Nope.
Tegan Sales.
He is 5.
So he's the third
baseman.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here on with the runner on first. Oh, there he goes. He's stealing it. He's going to get cut. No, he's safe. He dropped the ball. He forgot the ball.
What did you say? Okay.
So that's a stolen base there. Sorry for not being on top of that one. We had some little technical meeting over here.
Everybody wants to jump into the broadcast, right, Sam?
Yeah, for
Everybody wants to be on the big screen.
All right, so Aiden Bird, that's Jonah Blake with the stolen base. So now we get a runner on second, get a runner in scoring position here for 320. Got your 3-hitter up, Tegan Sales, who had the bunt on the fielder's choice in the first inning.
So all 3 innings, post 320s had runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and these are strikes.
There you go, that'll get him in.
And there's a good ball to left field. They're going to send him. Left fielder doesn't field it cleanly, gets it in right away, and we've got our first run of the game.
I don't think he was going to throw him out, so he had to just take his best shot at it, pick it as fast as he could, tipped off top of his glove, and there couldn't be much hesitation there. He was going to score anyway if it wasn't fielded.
I was excited for it. I was excited for it because, I mean, he did attack the ball well.
Yeah.
And you could tell that, there was going to be a crow hop there. I think right when the left fielder got it, the runner was touching third. Blake was on third. It could have been close.
It could have been close.
Could have been close, but we're on the board. This brings up Colton Melhoff, who had a backwards K his first at bat.
Yeah, post 320's been knocking on the door. They finally get through. There's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
Yeah, look at all the kids go after it. There's a few kids that just charging out of the stadium to go get that.
They get a quarter for a ball or
$quarter, I mean, it depends on who the sponsor is. LATC did that for the kids during the regular season. I think it was $1. Inflation, Tyson.
Yeah.
And another hit by pitch.
Dakota Land's a big sponsor. They giving away $1 or?
No $1 from them. Another hit by pitch here. This time Colton Melhoff takes one. First and second, nobody out.
Coach is coming out here. We got some activity in the pen. It looks like somebody is...
Got the old office theme going here. I like that.
No, just warming up.
Yep. Just getting started in the pen.
Buying a little time here.
Pitch count is creeping up here for Moreno.
Yeah, if anybody in the booth's got that for us, we would take that in our ear.
It's got to be. It's around 30 pitches here. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it.
For Moreno?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I thought it would be quite a bit higher than that, honestly. I thought he'd be even in the 40s range by now.
Yeah, like I said, it's not accurate. But it's north of 30.
Because he'd have to have 15 in an inning so far. I know we're not through the third, but
well,
you know,
it's probably closer to 40. Yeah. Like I said, I'm having a hard time keeping up with it and keeping book on everything else.
And they talked on the broadcasts between 61 and 85 is that range you got to stay in if you want to pitch again in 2 days.
Yeah, 79 I think is 81 was the max.
Okay.
Yep. Heat just picked up here. It just got a lot warmer at the Watertown Stadium right now. And it's warm on the mound here right now for Moreno too. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And he goes off speed, and that one's gonna. Ooh, that's a good play! Oh, and he throws it away.
Throws it in the right. The runner.
Oh, and the first baseman gets by it too. So now you got 1-run scores. They're gonna hold him up at third. So you got runners on first and second.
Something here hurt his knee, I think, or his wrist.
Oh, and we got a guy down. So let's get caught up here. Sales scores. Melhoff moves over to third, and Speed goes over to second. It's going to be an E6, but more importantly, we got a guy down.
Do we want to step away here, Sam?
Well, let's see if we can find out who's down.
I believe that's the first baseman that went out there to stop it.
Well, I couldn't tell if it was because it got by the second baseman.
So that's got to be first.
Yeah, that's got to be first baseman. And so if that is, in fact, the first baseman for post 22.
Josh Elder?
No, that's Dexter Steen, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Dexter Steen.
Yep, that's Dexter Steen. It looks like he's walking off with a little bit of help. It looks like he's holding his shoulder. So I would assume what happened is when he dove at the ball to try to knock it down, he came down on his shoulder and banged it up a little bit.
Yeah, he did everything he could to kind of cut it off and stop it.
Yeah, we wish that young man all the best.
It looks like, Sam. Oh no, they're still warming up in the pen. We still got Moreno on the mound.
Yep. Okay, so Reeder's going to go to first base, and then on second base is going to be Seth Lefebvre. Looks like Seth Lefebvre is going to go over to second base, and he is coming off the bench. No, I'm sorry, that's post 320. Number 12.
Reeder went to first base.
Yeah, and then Dawson Inhofer. Looks like number 12. That's your second baseman.
Okay.
Yeah, and he wasn't in the lineup. All right, so let's reset here. Second and third, 1 out, 2 runs in.
Yeah, so we've got quite a bit of action here early, and maybe not on a team everybody expected it from.
Yeah, exciting. First pitch is going to be low for ball 1.
From some of the research we've done, though, I mean, we've heard how good post 22 is and how fast they can score runs.
Yep.
A 2, 3, 4 run lead is not safe here yet.
Yeah,
but that's
there's
certainly
another
going to help.
line drive, bullet past the third baseman. They're going to hold him up at third. Hitting.
I thought we were going to see another play at the plate there.
Jet Peterson knocks in another run.
Number 24, Max Speed. You got to send him on third.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite as nimble as we maybe had first thought.
Yeah, RBI single there for Jet Peterson as
we're going to make a pitching change.
Post 320 increases the lead to 3-0.
He's coming out.
Yeah, and if you're post 320, you are just on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, couldn't have had a much better start. Maybe that second inning didn't quite go your way, but busting open here a little bit in the third, you'll happily take that.
Well, and in that first and second inning, I mean, there were stressful innings.
Yeah.
Those were very stressful innings.
Get that pitch count at least run up. I know Moreno's not going to be happy with his performance today, but again, gave your team a chance those first 2 innings. You're still in it here.
Yeah.
Got to start hitting a little bit if you're post 22.
Well, and if you're post 22, you're certainly not panicking.
Right, exactly.
You're the best team in the state. You won almost 60 games this season. I'm sure they've been in situations like this before. They're a resilient team. They like I said, I mean, they've been here before. Who's pitching for them now, Tyson?
We'll see if we get number 13 for post 22 is Ryan
Negebauer.
Ryan
Negebauer. All right. So let's see if I can do a better job of keeping track of Ryan's pitch count here than I did with Moreno. All right, so 3-0. Top of third, got one out. And post 320 is threatening again.
Yeah, we'll see if this new pitcher here helps out. We got one out, right, Sam?
Yep, one out. Yeah, and he's coming into a stressful spot too. You know, he's got the number 7 hitter up who took a walk. That was Noah Wold. His last at bat took a walk, and but you got runners on base too.
And this is a junior on the mound now here, so go from the senior to the junior here and see if you can get a little bit better results, a little bit different results. So far, just through the warm-up pitches. I know they're warm-up pitches; they don't matter much. He's been in the zone. You say that, but Moreno's a lot of his warm-up pitches he wasn't quite where he wanted to be either. So.
Yep. Okay, so we got max speed on third, and he would be the potential 4th run. And then Noah Walt here, shortstop, is up here for post 320. He took a walk on his last at bat.
Post 22 is looking for something on the ground, something to twist this up and get out of this inning here.
Yep. Middle infield, new second baseman now for 22. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't think anybody had on their bingo card a new pitcher here in the 3rd inning.
I did not.
Let's see what Ryan's got here. And we're going right away. Yeah, and good job there. So we got the steal. So 2nd and 3rd, and 22 conceded that, trying to get max speed to jump off of 3rd.
Yep.
You see that second baseman jumped in front of the bag there, conceding it. Now watch the lead the runner on 2nd is going to get here. It should be big. He should be even up with the shortstop there.
Yeah, infield's playing in here.
22 is playing the grass. So 320, that runner on 2nd there should be even with the shortstop here, and especially with the pitcher in the windup. Especially with the pitcher in the windup.
And he did, to your point. Once they kind of got into his stretch, he kind of got down there closer to him.
Yep. With the defense playing the grass, your runner, especially your runner on 2nd, there's nobody behind him. Center fielder's way back out. So your runner on 2nd should be even with the shortstop. Or at the very least, paying attention to where that second baseman is.
Another good pitch there.
Yep. I'd like to see him get a larger lead, or at least a big secondary lead, because he's not even with the shortstop.
Not quite.
There.
No, he's not.
He could be getting more, 3-4 steps more. There's nobody there.
Yeah, even on a ground ball to the shortstop, you got time to get back if he's going to chase you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, he should be getting more. There he got a decent secondary lead, and great job here by Noah battling here on this 1-2 count, just staying alive. Max isn't getting a very big lead on 3rd. He doesn't need to. But you want that big lead on 2nd there, and like I said, at least even with the shortstop. Staying alive there, and it just has a little soft hit to the first baseman, so that's going to be out number 2.
Just step on first. That ball slipped out of his glove. It was on a transfer. It was definitely an out.
Yeah, I think maybe he was trying to play with it a little bit.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side, though, step on first base.
Yep, but then he was trying to play with it a little bit and trying to maybe entice some runners to move.
But a good start here for Ryan.
Yeah, for
Ryan
sure.
N.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Negebauer. It's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, number 10, Ethan Wilson. He had that single to right center last at bat, and then got caught stealing.
Gosh, he would take another one of those here, get 2 runs in.
Oh man, yeah. Now you'll see it defensively. Post 22 goes back into a more of a traditional defense. With your middle infielders back on the dirt. To be able to throw the runner out at first. Before, when they were playing the grass, obviously they're trying to cut down the runner at home. Ryan seems to have good control here. If he can get out of this unscathed, I mean, he's going to get a lot of high fives when he gets back to the dugout.
Yeah, just letting that runner go from first to second is no big deal, especially if you can get out of it here.
Yeah, yep. Gets a soft line drive to first baseman to get out number 2, and if he can get out of here without allowing any runs.
3-0 going to the bottom of the third doesn't sound so bad. 5-0, a little bit different ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Couldn't agree with you more. He continues to work out of the windup, which I don't blame him. I mean, it doesn't appear max speed has got a 99 attribute over there.
Not like we had hoped.
Yeah. So, but even if Max did have, even if he did have max speed, you know, you're probably still working out of the out of the windup.
Whatever you're comfortable with here as a pitcher to get that third out is what you got to do.
Yep.
Nobody's stealing any bases anyway.
No focus on the runners whatsoever. It's just him and the batter.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah, it's a great pitch, and that's gonna bring the count to 3-2. That's a big clutch pitch too on 3-1.
Now that's the one as a hitter, you got to be ready for. That 3-1 pitch, it was a little high. It was a strike, but he walked him.
But again, like this isn't a huge deal with the walk.
With the first base open.
Yeah, well, you got the bag open, and it brings up the 9-hitter, and you know, he grounded out to the shortstop last at bat. It's Case and Kostenbauer, the DH. But it brings up the 9-hitter, so now you got to force anywhere.
Yep.
And if you're Ryan here, I think you're comfortable with that.
And you're not usually comfortable with the DH coming up, right? Usually you wouldn't be.
Right. But yeah, and he starts out ahead.
It's the weird lineup construction again, like we talked about. The DH at that 9 hole, it almost catches you off guard.
It does. It's a little different.
But if you're post 320, this should be the guy you want to plate.
Yeah, I mean, if you're post 320, I mean, it sounds. It sounds super cliche, but anybody better?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nobody better in this spot right here than Kaysen.
All he does is hit, and that's what he's here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if he puts one in, there's good speed on second. You know, if he gets a knock, you know, then you should score 2.
Diggs back in here with a 1-1 count. That was a little low. Ooh, he did catch strikes on there.
Corner there. I don't think Max liked that, though. Max put his hands on his head. He's like, oh, I don't know.
We had a pretty good, I thought that one might have been a hair low, but we're a little ways away.
Yeah, umpires got a better view than we do. 1-2 here.
That one was definitely high.
Yep. Evens the count here at 2-2. So now, you definitely don't want to go to ball 3 here.
No.
2 outs, bases loaded. If you go to ball 3 here, then everybody's moving on the next
Hitter's got to be looking for something.
Yeah.
That was a good pitch. That was a really good pitch.
Yeah, got him on the backwards K there. Way to get out of it by Ryan. Good job to get out of it. We're going to go to a commercial break and be back for the 3rd inning.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
Okay, bottom of the 3rd, leading off for 22 is number 23, Carter Johnson. This is his first at bat of the day, Tyson.
Yeah, Landon Fotts has been very efficient today, working through this order. Even the runner he did get on base turned into a double play.
Ball hit down the right field line. Looks like that is fair ball. Fair ball here, and he kind of coasted at second, and he turns on the Jets at third, banged him out at third. And I'll tell you exactly how it happened. He slowed down at second. He thought he was going to be stopping at second, and then he made a quick decision to go over to third and banged him out at third.
I'm very surprised he went to third.
Yeah, I mean he slowed it down.
What's the golden rule, Sam?
Yeah,
you don't make the first out at third base.
First or last out at third base, you don't do it. And he did. He slowed down at second base.
Yeah, that was I think the right fielder overran that ball just a hair. You know, because he got to it and then he had to put his arm back.
Yeah,
but it worked out.
Yeah, so that's a 9-4-5 putout. Right? Because did that ball go to the second baseman?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a 9-4-5 putout for out number 1. But it'll go down as a double. Wow, what a start to the third inning there.
What do you put that down as, Sam? A double with a base running error?
No, it's not a double.
It'd just be a 9. Yeah,
it's 9-4-5.
Yep.
Yeah, because there was no error there.
That's right. Okay, that's what I thought.
I wish I could see it again. I got pretty excited there. From our angle, it looked like he was in foul territory, but but he was clearly in fair territory.
Well, we see those orange cones over here, and that's a long ways away from us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this game over again, just to see that angle.
That second baseman just threw a dart over to third, though.
Yeah, and Carter clearly slowed down at second.
Yes, I think he thought he was going to stop.
Yeah, I thought he was going to stop, and then all of a sudden he just went.
The ball really didn't get away from the right fielder too much. He just bounced off his glove and landed right behind him, so he didn't have to run after it. He just picked it right up, hummed it into the second baseman, and second baseman put a dart over to the third baseman, and great tag too.
Yeah. I mean, just a great play, and this brings up Rowan Fredrickson, the number 8 hitter, number 24 catcher for post 22. It's an exciting play.
You know, again, I think the right fielder overran it just a hair, but kudos to him to stick with it and get that ball in a hurry. Don't hang your head and feel sorry for yourself. Make a great play and get a big first out there.
Yeah. Then we get a walk to Rowan here.
Well, Fotts will probably just get a double play here on the first pitch. That's kind of what he does, is little adversity strikes, and they just find a nice, quick, easy way to get out of it, it seems like.
Yeah, for sure. This brings up number 11 here. That is Blaine Hunt, shortstop. Yeah, and if you're post 22 here, you got a runner on, but they had a runner on last inning. You start stringing some hits together.
Yeah, I think they had a runner on for a pitch or two, and they said turned it into 0 pretty quick. But that's down.
Yeah, that's gonna be nope.
Nice play out in here in left.
Yeah, left fielder is playing shallow, almost doubled them off. That left fielder there for 320. That's Ethan Wilson. He was playing pretty shallow there. I mean, talk about cataloging your hitters.
I think, even the first baseman like me thought that ball was down. But yeah, great spot to be in, a great play. Just about turned another double play for Fox.
Yeah.
Defense behind him is working today.
Yeah, I made the comment about cataloging your hitters. I mean, he knew that they were at the bottom of the lineup. I mean, he was playing a little shallow and was able to come in there and almost doubled off the guy at first. And then here again, Landon's working getting ahead in the count right away for the leadoff hitter. This is Aiden Roberts. He flew out to left field his first at bat. Check swing there. Yeah, he went.
Rowan Fredrickson on first. Like I said, like me, thought that ball was down, and he just about got caught.
Yeah, and again, Landon working ahead in the count, 0-2. I mean, you can do whatever you want here. Yeah, and he gets him on 3 pitches.
On a high one.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. Experience banking where hometown values still matter.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Okay, Tyson, top of the fourth, and of course, as everybody predicted, Rapid City posts 320 with the 3-0 lead.
That's what I was just thinking. Just as everybody predicted, everybody in Rapid City did see this one coming. Everybody across the state did see this one coming, but God forbid it does end this way. The losers bracket better be afraid, because Post 22 is coming back with a vengeance. And Post 320, they don't care what seed you are.
No.
They show up to play here today, and credit to Landon Fotts and the defense behind him. They've been outstanding on really offensively and defensively.
Hey, we talked about it. We made the Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson comparison. We made the Appalachian State, or Alcorn?
Appalachian State.
Appalachian State, yeah. Appalachian State, Michigan reference. I mean, there's upsets. And that's why you play the game, right?
Yes, and Post 320 certainly doesn't think so. They don't care what we think. They're just show up and play. And
no, absolutely not.
And credit to them, they are.
Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, and here we are, the top of the fourth inning, and we got ourselves one good ball game. So leading off here for the top of the fourth is Jonah Blake, the leadoff hitter, who appears to get on base by doing his best Happy Gilmore impersonation. 365 more days until hockey season. Just keeps getting hit.
He swung the bat there.
He swung it twice now.
Not leaning in.
Yeah, it's his first 1-2. I mean, it's first, he's going to see 4 pitches this at bat.
Yeah, Ryan's doing a good job of coming after his hitters here.
Staying alive here.
Another souvenir. There the kids go.
I like it. Good at bat here for Blake. Ryan's been impressive so far.
Yeah, just pounding that strike zone, being efficient.
Yeah, for sure. So I think at the middle of this inning, Tyson, we're going to go to KXLG and Jeremy Herbold for an interview, an in-stadium interview.
I like that.
So yeah, we'll see who he gets.
Interested to listen to that interview?
Yeah, it'll be good. Jeremy's got a great radio voice. How about Blake just staying alive here?
Well, he's
doing his best 70s disco.
He didn't get to really do much first at bat, so he's trying to get all of his swings in right now.
So a little out ahead in that off-speed pitch there, but gets enough of it just to follow it back, and the count is going to remain a 2-2 count here.
Like you said, he does stand high in that box, though.
And he finally gets him, sets him down. Good at bat, though. Like with baseball, there's so many games within the game. Driving up the pitch count and seeing a lot of different pitches and following balls off, frustrating pitchers, and and Blake went down there on a K, but. He saw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he got a good look at Ryan too. When he comes back up next time, it's certainly going to help out.
Yeah, for sure. And then he can go back into the dugout too, and he can tell, he can tell his teammates, like fastball moves a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Likes that inside corner, outside corner, whatever it may be. I mean, you can always catalog information and take back.
A 7, 8, 9 pitch at bat is never bad for a hitter. They always take something away or pass along to their teammates.
Yep. And, and then now here, Aiden Boyd comes up, and we get a 3-0 count right away. And maybe a lot of that had to do with maybe some frustrations of not being able to put Blake away maybe as early as he wanted to. But, I mean, kudos to Ryan for getting it done.
Right.
And he comes back on 3-0 with a dart right down the middle to make it 3-1. Comes back again, battles back, and comes all the way back, down 3-0, and now here we are at 3-2.
You can give him the same pitch. If you're not going to swing at it
I'm
twice,
telling you, man,
again.
It's been a heavy dose of fastballs here. And another one here, and this one's going to be a can of corn to the left fielder, and it's going to be for out number 2. Do you know the reference of can of corn, Tyson? Do you know the origins of it?
I don't think I do, Sam.
Okay, I'm the fat old guy here. So the origins of can of corn is way back in the day with like local grocery stores. Okay. All the corn, because it's heavy, would be on like the top shelf.
Yeah.
So then they would take their broomstick, and get underneath it and just knock it down, so it would gently, fall right into their hands.
Gosh, I don't barely believe you on that.
Can of corn. True story.
Why would you put the heaviest item on the top shelf?
Yeah, because I don't know why. It was the 1920s, 1910. Huh. And it's probably a can of corn is probably not your heaviest item.
I do believe
it's got some weight to it.
I do believe
But that's what they do. That's the origins of a can of corn. Is they just take their broomstick and knock down the bottom of the can so that it would fall off and easily fall right into their hands.
At the very least, I learned something today.
Yeah. Yep. Can of corn. Good times. 2-2 count here. 2 outs. Foul ball. Now the plate is fair.
If you pick it up on the plate.
Yes, the plate is fair.
That must have just gotten a little bit behind there. Yep. Catcher did his best to snag it as fast as he could.
If it hits the plate and goes into fair territory, that ball's live.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that one just got a tick behind there when he grabbed it.
Yep.
Ump was right on top of it, though. That was good.
Yeah, yep, great call. Just nicked her. Got a piece of it. Just a little bit.
Can you imagine if that mat wasn't there?
Oh, man.
Those balls
yeah, for sure. That could have been on center field.
That ump would be black and blue on his back.
Yeah, for sure. And, Ryan's throwing gas.
He is. Coming after hitters.
Yeah, I like it. 3-2 count here. And you know what? If you're post 22, this is big. You could be your first clean inning. And this is with your 1-2-3 hitters, too.
It's down.
Yeah, that's going to be down. Announcer's jinx.
Yeah.
That's your fault, Tyson.
Yeah. I should have said don't say anything here. Nope, Post 320 is not going to make it easy on him.
Nope. So Tegan Sales with a nice line drive single to center field keeps the inning alive. Brings up Colton Melhoff, second baseman. He struck out his first at-bat, got hit by a pitch in his second at-bat. And we'll see what he can do here in his third at-bat. Meanwhile,
you think they're going to try to... Now, that's a better size lead.
Yeah, he's got a good size lead over there. Ryan just a little easy throw over there, just lets him know that he's there.
Just lets him know I'm paying attention to you.
I like it. Gas. Ryan's just throwing gas.
And they said he just really doesn't care about that runner. If he's going to throw fastballs, if you take off, they got a better chance of picking or getting you anyway. So
he's got a quick step too. Yeah. Like his delivery to the plate is quick. And shame on me. We should pay more attention to it when there's when maybe there's a little slower runner on. But that step home, that initial leg, kick home. It's quick.
Yeah, with him now operating out of the stretch, obviously with the guy on first, that may take off. I don't know if he was just going to stick in it before, but no, like I said, he's got a quick step.
Yep. He's definitely paying attention to him more, though. And that one there was a little more deliberate. Like the leg kick was a little higher there. You know, you see Josh Hader do that a lot in the major leagues. Where he'll adjust that front leg with the runner on, and sometimes he'll go quicker than others. That time it felt like he was a little more deliberate with his front leg.
Get some of those guys with that high leg kick, like Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, and even there, like the knee came up much higher there. It was almost like belt level that time.
Yeah. You know, Ryan's not getting his knee above his head like Crochet does. That's a little.
Yeah.
Crochet's a little over the top with his delivery, but.
The old Tim Lincecum. There you went quick.
Whatever generates your power.
Yeah. You know? Yep. He comes back on the 3-0 and delivers the fastball. And kudos here to Melhoff, who's just being patient. And post 320 has been patient all game. They're getting into heavy counts.
There you go.
Yeah, and then there he takes the walk. So you get the first two guys out in the inning, and then you get a 3-2 line drive base hit. And then you draw a walk, and now we're back to another stressful inning.
Patience might be the key word for post 320 today. They have been so patient. They've waited. They've been relaxed, kind of letting the game come to them. It really paid off.
Yeah.
Now we got the left fielder here taking a few steps back.
Yeah, this is going to bring up Max Speed. This is first baseman. He got
more power than speed, Max Speed.
He had the backwards K his first at bat, and then he reached on the error by the shortstop here. But yeah, I mean, definitely left fielder bounced back a little bit there for sure. Yeah, and again, the patience. You're not seeing a lot of first pitch hits.
Yeah.
Or first pitch swinging. You know, you're seeing a lot of patience by 320. Working counts, being patient. And so far, it's working out for him.
This was the error that the shortstop threw to the second baseman and went into right field, correct?
Yep.
We hope that young man that got injured on that play is doing all right as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Elbow or his shoulder.
I think it was a shoulder.
I think you're right.
I think it was a shoulder, just based on how he came off the field.
And a shoulder, that's tough to recover from in a day or two tournament, too. That's tough.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you have to, I guess I don't know if it was his throwing arm or not, but either way, swinging is hard.
It was his right shoulder. I don't remember if he was left-handed, but.
Oh, I got him. Ooh, it was close.
That was close.
Great play because the first baseman's not holding him.
That was a really good play.
Yeah, that was a great play. Great design there. Like I said, the first baseman's not holding him. So you get a little lackadaisical there.
Even the first base coach, I don't think really quite saw him coming back.
You can hear him go back. A little Chris Berman there. I like that.
Chris Berman shout out. I like that.
Yeah. 2-0 count here to Max Speed, big first baseman here for post 320. Looked like he took a little off of that one.
I'd like to see your best Chris Berman impersonation, maybe on a home run at some point.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe there's a young lady at that broadcast for the A's that I know I might like to give.
I know you want to replicate that one.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty classic. 2-1 pitch here, top of fourth.
Ooh, that was a good pitch.
Yeah, Ryan evens the count at 2-2, and it's warm. Tyson, it got warm again.
Yeah,
it's warm here.
We're spoiled under this tent here, but yeah, you can see that field light up here.
I can feel it. I can feel it over.
Ryan's feeling a little heat out there, but
yep.
He's done a pretty good job of being consistent out there the whole time.
Let's see if he can get out of here. 2-2, 2-on.
That was a little low.
Yep.
Not by much.
Okay, so now you got a full count, 2 outs. The runners are going to be moving.
Yep.
As soon as Ryan delivers the pitch, the runners are going to take off. And if you're Max and you can hit a gap, there's no. I would imagine that Melhoff would be able to score from first if he can go shopping at the gap a little bit.
Don't give him something easy to hit. You got a base open here.
And he's going to take the walk.
He's going to pitch to somebody else.
Wow. What an inning. Start off with a K. Then you get the fly ball to left field. Line drive to center field by Sales.
1-2.
And then you get a walk by Melhoff and then another walk by Speed. And another stressful inning for post 22.
Nothing's come easy for them today.
And again, the patience, the patience by post 320. Just waiting, understanding the situation.
I'm not sure if they've swung at a first pitch this whole game. I mean, I'm sure they have. It just doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, Nick Castellanos swings that first pitch every game.
Yeah.
Every at-bat.
He's up there getting his money's worth right away.
Yeah, I wish Castellanos was watching this game.
Let's get back to the bench and throw some seeds in.
Evens the count at 1-1. Sunflower seeds has to be like the universal food of baseball. Maybe peanuts.
The big league chew was a big deal when I was a boy growing up.
Maybe peanuts. You know, the ones that you crack the shells.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a solid baseball snack. Hot dog, of course.
Hard to throw a handful of those peanuts in your mouth, though.
Yeah, that's true. Did he go? I think
he did. I might be in the minority. I think every time you check swing, 99 out of 100 times, I think the batter went. Even if I'm watching the Braves, I always think the guy went.
Yeah, and it's just that the barrel goes over the bat. It's so, or it goes over the plate. It's just so hard to hold up. I agree with you, too. Staying alive there as he fouls one off.
Just about a nice catch out there by a fan.
You know, banana ball, if he catches that, he's out.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And a banana ball reference.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're here all week.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see how many boxes we can check. We'll see what Jet Peterson can do here on 1-2.
That's in the gap.
Whoa!
What a catch!
Catch, a potential game-saving
If that gets down, that scores 3 runs, Sam. That is one heck of a catch.
Kiefer with the catch of the tournament. Oh, my.
We might get to be on SportsCenter later.
Woo, that's 3 runs if he doesn't completely lay out for that.
Way to keep your team in the ballgame, young man.
Wow, what a catch. That's what... All right, we're going to go to Jeremy Herbold here with KXLG, and he's got an in-person interview here for us.
Point to me, let's set. And hey, Jeremy here from KXLG Radio. Inside the game, we're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. One heck of a game for game number 1. Right now with me, Tournament Director Ryan Neal. Ryan, this has been a lot of work for you over the last year, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of work. We've had a lot of people help out with all of our sponsors. The Watertown community has really been great. The parents have been awesome to come in. A lot of field work. If you haven't been inside the Watertown Stadium here within the last week, if you can tell from the camera, it's changed. There's just been so many people putting in a lot of man hours, donations. Everybody's came around, and rightfully so. We haven't had this tournament here in 34 years, and come out and enjoy some baseball, which should be a pretty fun week.
Absolutely. Going to go today all the way through Saturday. Got a lot of special features here. Got a big video board over there. You got the bunning out here. You can tell it's state tournament time. And this is something you guys have been waiting for a long time. You got a pretty special group of kids from Watertown that we're going to play later tonight.
Yeah, we got a really good team that we've been looking forward to. Like I always said, if you're going to host this thing, you better have a good product to do it because you don't want to go 0-2. And hopefully we'll see what happens here tonight. We're just going to enjoy the moment and enjoy this week. But yeah, come on out. Thank all the sponsors. There'll be a list on the program, the tournament website that you can see. Post 17 TV, Arrow TV, check it all out. Come out to the stadium and enjoy the week. It's going to be a fun place to be.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll send it back to the announcers, back to Sam.
How many times do you see it, Tyson? You make it a phenomenal catch in the field, and then you lead off the inning. Oh, but he's going to pop out there to the third baseman.
We should have came back 5 seconds later. Started that intro.
Yeah, what a play. Well, unbelievable catch by Lars Kiefer. Absolutely incredible. Game saving.
We don't need to say it. 3-0 or 6-0. Couldn't be a bigger difference in baseball.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible. And then he goes after the first pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, Post 22 is not... They're swinging everything.
Swinging there too. I think they may be like, okay, it's time.
Yeah.
We may have to turn it on here a little bit here. And
to Landon's credit, though, I mean he's in the strike zone. You can't sit there and wait.
Yeah, I mean there you got 3 pitches and 3 swings.
Umpire got caught on that foul ball a little bit. They're going to give him a quick second here to catch his breath too. He's good to go, gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, he's tough. It's not his first rodeo. You don't get home plate at the first game of the state tournament not knowing what you're doing and not being tough. Oh, nope. Tried to, I'm gonna go E1 there.
I think it is. I think if he just lets that bounce come to him, he tried to kind of feel it in between there. He had time.
Yeah, I feel like, he tried to like a first baseman would scoop a ball, like he would try to kind of scoop it up. I'm I don't know. I'm definitely not the official scorer by any means, but I'm going to go E1 there because I feel like that's a play that he can make.
Yeah, he's going to tell you it's an E1 for sure.
Yeah, yep. It's going to bring up Kevin McLeod here, DH. He had a single to center field in his first at-bat.
He puts it behind him quick there with that nice strike down the middle.
Working ahead here, 0-1. Bottom of the fourth here, 3-0 lead for Post 320. Post 22 gets a guy on first here. There's a nice line drive to center field. All right. Post 22 got a little bit of life in him here now.
You know that's in the back of Landon's mind. He really did a good job coming off of the mound too. Just a nice slow play it, and just kind of rushed picking it up there just a little bit.
Okay, so this brings up Jace Morgan, left fielder. He grounded out to shortstop for the double play. Last at bat.
Oh, what a nice play by third.
Touches third, throws a dart over to first, and just like that, the inning's over.
Landon Fotts does it again with another double play from his infield.
Take a 90-second commercial here after that double play. 5-3 double play to end it.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Baseball fans, stop into the Wheel Inn for some home-cooked food. Open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the best staff in town. Plus, online ordering is available. Visit WatertownWheelIn.com to order your favorites. Come to the Wheel Inn before or after the game for your home-cooked favorites. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Highway 20 in Watertown. Good luck to the Watertown Arrows in the State A Legion Tournament from the staff at the Wheel Inn.
All right. Top of the fifth, Tyson.
Just like you said last inning, it's what everybody expected, right?
Wow, what a game. What a game.
Gosh, and Post 320 has turned in some timely double plays.
Man, the double play, that fourth inning, if this game holds, we're going to go back and look at that fourth inning. You had the incredible catch by 22 at the top of the inning, and then 22 is putting pressure on it, and then the double play. Man,
some good defense here for early in the morning. Boys are awake, ready to play.
Yeah, they're definitely awake. That's for sure. And Ryan's pitching well. Ryan has came in relief and done very well. Hey, I love the hit.
Just more good defense.
I love the hit. You see it, I mean, he had push on his mind the whole time. Gets his bat head out in front of there, gets his shoulder out, but a great play by the second baseman.
Yeah, that was a good hit to take away.
Yeah. So it's going to be out number one. That was Noah Wald. This will bring up the left fielder, Ethan Wilson. He is 1 for 1 with a walk.
And just keep that stress off your pitcher again. I mean, that's a huge first out in this inning.
Yep, absolutely. Sun is definitely picking up. It's going to be warm this afternoon, I feel like.
Well, it's those young boys take off running.
Yeah, where'd you park, Tyson? Did you park anywhere near there?
I'm over here.
Yeah.
I know better.
Yeah. Yep, same. I might as well be in a different county. All right, working ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the number 8 hitter, number 10, Ethan Wilson.
I saw a young Pitkin boy, had Pitkin on the back of his jersey. Take off, going running for a baseball.
Well, that is strike 3 on the backwards K.
He might be playing for the Arrows one day here, like his brother. Oh, that ball's in the right field.
Oh, how about that? I believe we're told that it's Pickens' birthday today.
He's getting some free, making a couple bucks on picking up baseballs.
Yeah,
and it's his birthday.
Get a nice little, maybe he gets an ice cream cake later?
That doesn't sound too bad at all.
And maybe we should stop and pick up an ice cream cake on our way back to the office.
Might be a Dairy Queen kind of day.
That sounds nice. All right, Kason Kostenbauer comes up here. He is the 9-hitter, grounded out to short, and then had a backwards K his second at bat. There's nothing wrong with a strikeout, but you always feel like you want to strike out. Like if you're going to go down, you want to go down swinging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, backwards Ks in the book are always burn a little bit more. There's the line drive into left field. Goes Apo Taco for a base hit.
Nothing easy about these innings for Post 22, is there? Always got to put some.
Always a runner on. Yep, always a runner on, and that's going to bring up the top of the lineup. This is Jonah Blake.
That was the DH you just got on then, right, Sam?
Yep, Kostenbauer. Yeah, this brings up Jonah Blake. He was hit by a pitch, and then struck out.
After he saw about 10 pitches on the third one.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting here. I mean, Post 22 has yet to have a clean inning. There's been guys on every inning. Been stressful situations every inning. We'll see if and now you got a runner on first. We'll see if they can get and the leadoff guy up. So
does he lean into another one?
See now, look at his movement, Ryan's movement here with his leg. There was no leg kick that time. He was deliberate to his attack to the mound, or excuse me, to the plate.
Yeah, that guy going to seconds in the back of his mind for sure. That's a decent lead.
Yep, that is a good lead. See, it's not as aggressive.
Right. It's in the back of his mind. He does not want another guy in scoring position. This would be the first inning they don't have somebody in scoring position. If they can just keep him at first here for a little bit.
Yeah, they've had a runner in scoring position every inning. Post 320 has. It's been an incredible performance for them thus far. A lot of game left, though, Tyson.
A lot of game left.
Good move.
It's tough to get after that Landon Fazio right now. He's pitching a gem so far. The lefty.
Kason got back fairly easy there. So now he'll inch forward a little bit more this time.
He's gonna go.
There he goes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good pitch. Yep. Yeah. So the high pitch.
Yep.
Let the catcher stand up and then deliver a strike there to get him out at second.
Well, finally, Post 22 gets out of one without having a runner in scoring position, but a heck of a throw there by the catcher. Good pitch. Just a bad pitch for the runner to go on.
William Neal & Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal & Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Things are heating up both on the field and in the booth. It's a warm one.
When we first got here, I was like, the tent might kind of hinder our view a little bit, but now I'm pretty happy to have it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not complaining, but yeah, it's warm. It's warm in here, so it's got to be warm on the field.
75 in Watertown, it says right now.
Yeah, it feels like 110.
It says mostly cloudy, but I think a lot of those clouds have kind of separated here. The sun's poking through, which is good. Dry this field up a little bit more. some of those balls have hit the grass, they've kind of died out. You can tell the field's a little saturated, but it's in pretty good shape overall, things considered.
Dawson Inhofer here is making his first plate appearance. He came in for the injured Dexter Steen. And immediately goes down 0-2 in the count, and Landon is just cooking along, pitch number 45 and 46. And there's a knock, and we get a leadoff hitter for post 22. Good job by Inhofer coming in. 0-2, down in the count 0-2, and then just a nice knock right past the third baseman for a base hit.
Now this whole time through the order, obviously they've seen Landon. Does post 22 take advantage here a little bit? Get their bats rolling a little bit.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. I mean, they've all seen him once. Now, granted, they haven't seen a lot of them because he's only got like 46, 47 pitches. But things should get easier for them here as they make their way through the second part of seeing them, and then soon to be the third part of the lineup.
And after we say that, probably another double play is coming through then?
Well, if you're post 22, obviously you don't want that. But you get your leadoff hitter on for the first time. Actually, that's not true. They got their leadoff guy on in the second inning, and then the double play came. And they had their leadoff guy on in the third inning as well. So I mean, they've got their leadoff guy on twice now, 3 times. We'll see if it can translate to runs here late in the game in the 5th inning. Count even at 1-1, and Landon continues to do work. Obviously, a nice advantage being a left-handed pitcher, so you can see that first baseman, or you can see that runner on first.
If everything we got is correct, that's just Landon's 50th pitch now.
Yeah, been an impressive performance.
Be a good performance against any team. Against post 22, that's quite the accomplishment here.
Yeah, for sure.
Only really had that one inning, there where they turned that double play at the end, but haven't really threatened much this whole game.
Yeah, 2 double plays turned by post 320. There he goes. Quick release there.
In there.
Yep, he's in there. Stolen base there by Inhofer.
Maybe some momentum that post 22 needed here. Just get a guy in scoring position with no outs.
You had the web gem, but then you had the quick 1-2-3 inning afterwards. But now the stolen base. You got a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. You're in good shape here. You're ahead in the count, 3-1.
I feel like if you're post 22, if you don't at least get one here, it's going to start to wear on you a little bit in the back of your mind. So you got to come away with something here if you're post 22.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you get a runner on second to lead off the inning, get a clutch 0-2 hit, then you steal, and that's a guy that came off your bench.
Right.
So giving a little spark here to the Hard Hats. Full count here. And I think if you're landing here, you just gas. I mean, that's what's gotten you this far.
Yeah, don't worry about that runner in second.
Yeah, just throw gas. Well, he's paying him a lot of attention, though, Tyson.
Yeah, in Major League Baseball, that might have been a pitch clock violation, right?
Yeah, he gave him a lot of attention.
He's staring at him.
He's got a decent lead over there. Defensively, 320 is set up pretty traditionally, but they're squeezing the middle. It looks like
they are. Yeah, they're trying to keep him honest on second base there.
Yeah, their middle infielder or middle infield is definitely in the middle. I mean, they're squeezing middle hard here. Yeah, they're playing. There he goes.
He's out.
No, he's there. Yep.
Oh, he walked in.
Yeah, and the ball came out.
If he catches that, you think he's out or you think he was in?
It was pretty close. I'd love to see a replay if we have it.
I'll be honest. I think that's pretty. That's a good move by post 22, but it takes some guts to send him there with no outs and you're down 3. So he's got to get in, kind of thing.
I mean, especially we talked about it earlier in the game. I mean, a cardinal rule of baseball is never make the first or last out at third, and you're putting a lot of faith into Inhofer there, but kudos to him. I mean, he comes in, gets the 0-2 knock, steals second, and then turns around and steals third right away. Tyson, tomorrow we need to have like a little cooler of water.
Yeah, I think if we didn't have this tent, I think then we'd be shot by now.
That'd be 30 pounds lighter.
It'd be pretty hot.
That'd be 30 pounds lighter.
Really, just like I said, there's just some real light breeze, but it does feel good for us.
It just came.
Yeah, and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, like a thief in the night. It was here and gone. All right, so now if you're 22, you're in good shape here. Runners on the corners, nobody out. You've got your 8-9 hitters up here. Let's see if they stay aggressive and send Carter Johnson and have him try to steal second. Got a decent sized lead over there. Harder to steal second though on the lefty, as we talked about earlier. And that, unless you're Dawson Inhofer, then it's just another day at the fields.
I think they, in the back of their mind, they know they've hit into a couple double plays. They want to get him on second base. But if you're landing here, just deep breath, stay what you've been doing. Don't worry about that guy on third. That run's not so important right now.
Yeah, you get the batter here. If you're 320, you really want the batter here. And
you would take a sack fly in a heartbeat. Just find that first out.
Yep. You got to just get on the board here. And if you're Fredrickson, I mean, you had a patient at bat last time you walked. You know, I mean, you've seen him before. You've seen plenty of pitches.
That was a good pitch.
Yep, good pitch there. And now Landon doing what he does, you know, working ahead.
Kind of getting back in it here.
Yeah, 0-2.
Throw something away, curveball breaking away from the hitter, see if he'll chase after it.
320 is going to sack. It looks like he's going to sacrifice the run for the double play. They're trying to get the 2 outs here with their corner or their middle infielders back.
Oh, he went curveball. Didn't really break down. It didn't look like.
And you know, I agree with the strategy too for 320. You know, being sacrificing the run for the out,
especially in the bottom of the 5th here.
Yep, for sure. Landon being real patient here with his approach to the plate.
That's a great pitch.
Gets him. That's a huge pitch.
I don't know if we're going to get the replay of that one or not, but again, lefty on lefty, get something running away from him. That was a heck of a pitch.
Yeah.
In a big spot there where you needed it.
Yeah, and, you know, now one swing, you get out of the inning.
Yep.
And then brings up Blaine Hunt, the number 9 hitter. He flew out to left field his first at-bat. But, yeah, like you said, that's a huge strikeout. Now one swing gets you out of the inning, and you go into the 6th unscathed.
Even if you're post 22, a sac fly wouldn't feel so bad here. You got to get something.
Score. Yeah, you got to score. You got to score.
Sure, you'd like 2, 3, 4, but you got to get something in, or you're really going to feel like the nail's starting to come into the coffin here a little bit.
Yeah, lots of baseball left here if you're 22. I mean, no need to panic, but yeah, I mean, you do want to at least get 1 run on the board here. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Working the count here. I think 22 and being a little more patient here. I mean, we got 14, 15 pitches this inning. 15 from Landon this inning.
He's going. Oh, he better get back, though.
Hit and run here. Can of corn here to center field. Runner is going to tag. Throw's going to come to the plate, and he is going to score easy, and 22 is on the board. Great job by Blaine Hunt.
Yeah, way to get the runner in there. I almost didn't think the center fielder was going to take that one home, just keep it at second to hold the runner, but obviously the runner at first had to retreat, so there's really wasn't a big worry about him taking off to second.
Great at bat there by Hunt. Kudos to him getting the RBI, first run on the board for 22.
Had that runner gotten in scoring position, though, if he'd taken off, that would have been a big blunder by post 320, but able to keep the runner at first, keep it all in front of you. There he goes.
Again. And Roberts showed bunt there, Tyson.
This is the 9 hitter, right?
No, this is leadoff.
Oh, back to the top.
Yep, back to the top here. .22 definitely being more aggressive here, but to their credit, you know, Landon up to 61, 62 pitches. Maybe fatigue is starting to set in here a little bit for him.
And I think he's got to dig deep here. I don't think he's got. Gosh, 60 pitches, though. You got to imagine he gets in that 80 to 90 range consistently. I don't know if this is quite his last inning, See how he handles this batter. I think he's going to come back out next at bat, though.
Yeah, I think
third time through the order's got to be in the back of your mind too, though, if you're the head coach for Post 320.
I mean, this is definitely the inning that he's worked the hardest.
Yep.
As far as pitches goes, but here he's up 0-2. Good spot to be with the leadoff hitter Aiden Roberts up. And he did get him swinging last at bat.
There he goes.
There he goes again. A little delay there, no? Was that a little delayed steal, or did I just not?
I think it caught everybody off guard.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. Okay, base hit puts you within a run now. You got to believe that Johnson scores on a base hit here.
They're sending him, I would have to say. And they continue to be aggressive.
22 has definitely been aggressive this inning for sure.
Oh. He's at third easy. Oh,
did it hit him?
Oh, hit him, yep.
All right.
Let give or take here a couple. That's like the 20th pitch of the at-bat, or the inning, excuse me. Run that pitch total up to about 64.
I definitely feel like you're seeing a little more fatigue coming out of Landon here than we've seen earlier.
He's honestly lucky he hit that batter, because if that ball does scoot away, the guy on second was halfway down, so.
I wonder, is that what they're talking about now, you think? Because, I don't know, it sounded like it got plastic.
Like it bounced and then hit him?
I thought it sounded like it hit the catcher maybe, you know, because like I heard like it sounded like it hit plastic. I don't know if we have a replay.
No, they kept him at first.
Yeah, they're going to keep him at first.
Yeah, I didn't know if it hit the ground first and bounced off his foot. Here we go, Sam. No.
Yeah, here's the replay here. We're pretty shadowed in here, so it's hard to see for us.
The guy in the batter's box made no mistake about it. He took off right to first.
Yeah, he knew. I mean, he's selling it. All right.
No meeting with him, with the pitcher, though. I mean, they've left him alone all day. Just do your thing, and we'll stay out of your way.
Let's go first and second here, 2 outs. This is big because now you're starting to enter the meat of the lineup here for 22. 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. This is a big spot. This is a big spot here. Seeing a little more patience here from 22. Yep, and you can hear work the count. Wanted some patience here. Lars did swing at the first pitch his last at bat.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of offered that one a little bit. Peeked at it. 1-1 count here. This might be Lars' last inning.
I certainly think it might. If he's your ace, just see how much more stress he has in this one.
Foul tip here. 1-2 count. Dig deep here if you're Landon. If you're Landon, you're digging deep here.
I might be the minority, and I haven't watched a lot of Post 320 out through the year, obviously. But if Landon's my ace and he does get a strikeout here, I think there's a decent chance he comes back out. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe I guess I'm not sure if you have to take a look at matchups. I mean, is 22 guy is he a lefty? I mean, if it's a lefty, you know, then obviously you keep Landon in for the lefty on lefty.
Even if it's just that one batter, like you're saying, that might be the
they might just bring him in for the one hitter. We'll see what happens here. But for now, they got to get out of this inning. An excuse me swing will be fouled off there, and he stays alive.
They got to go through quite a few baseballs here.
I saw once that the average lifespan of a Major League Baseball is like 4 pitches.
Oh,
or like 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed is 3.
You know,
doesn't take much, does it?
Yeah, I mean, but there, you know, a little scuff, and you know, guys are gonna kick it out. Way out in front of that one, appears to be in play, and
snow coned it.
Yep, just enough to squeeze it in for out number 3. That'll take us to the top of the 6th.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know, right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
That's why there's two of us.
Okay, so we have a new pitcher for 22. It's number 15, Skylar Montgomery. It's a right-handed pitcher. Bats right, throws right.
Senior.
Yep. Graduating year of 2025. Okay, big spot in the game here. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1 game. Still close.
Oh yeah, I mean, game's well within reach here, both sides.
I'm really interested to see what happens for 320 if Landon comes out next inning. He's at roughly 68 pitches.
Roughly, that's what we got.
Yeah, we think he's at 68 pitches. If he goes north of, our understanding is that if he goes north of 81, then he's got to have 4 days rest.
Which means he's done for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, so, and obviously you don't want that.
But you got to win this game, right?
Have to win this.
So what do you, could you throw him 80, 90, 100 pitches and get through today and be happy?
Swinging right on the grass, throws a dart across the field, and out number 1, and that retires the leadoff hitter, Jonah Blake.
Even if Landon is your ace, which we kind of assume that he is, even if he didn't get to pitch the rest of the tournament and you won this game with him throwing 100 pitches, I think the post 320 head coach would be very happy to get out of today with a win.
Of course.
But and then not even having Landon would hurt, but it might be worth it to take a win here today.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how the strategy plays in here.
A little bit of a different delivery here on the mound.
I missed it. And Blake swung so early. He's working quick though. I glanced down, I glanced up, and the pitch is already there. So I'm gonna lock in here a little bit. Little three quarters there on the arm delivery. A little different look there, right? Three quarters, would you say?
Yeah. I like it. A little something different here.
Yeah, you know what? And for those that have never hit a pitcher that has a delivery like that. You're so used to the all the way over the top. When something comes from a different angle, it changes everything.
I don't see a lot of guys have this arm angle, obviously much. They haven't seen it today for sure, so it's something different.
Way back when there was a dude for the Royals, Dan Quisenberry was his name. He used to drag his knuckles on the dirt. Another pop fly here.
There should be room there.
A lot of room here at Watertown Stadium, and
good
great
play.
Job there.
Good range by the third baseman, number 10.
That is
Aiden Roberts.
Yeah, Aiden Roberts showing a lot of range there, and a lot of room here at the Watertown Stadium. In foul territory on this side, at least on the third base.
Yeah, it's not maybe as much right behind home, but on the third base side there is a ton of room.
Yeah, Roberts went and dug that one out. Good job, good play.
Sam, I don't want to.
Don't even say it.
No, I'll say something different.
Okay.
I don't want to overthink it here, and it's at least 2 outs away yet. But I don't see anyone warming up for post 320.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the in the bullpen area here. So Landon is gonna, by all appearances, Landon is gonna come out. Good catch. 2-0 count here.
He's sitting by himself in the dugout, probably nobody looking at him, nobody talking to him.
Well,
just leave him alone.
He doesn't have a no-hitter, So maybe they're talking about I don't know, whatever 18-year-old kids talk about these days.
Well, that's quite a wide array of things. A lot of subjects.
Fortnite battle from last night? I don't know. 3-1 here. Nice easy roller right to second baseman, and that is a clean inning for Post 22. First one of the game, going into the bottom of the sixth.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Okay, we are back. Bottom of the sixth here. 3-1. 320 over 22. And if you're 22, excuse me, nobody better to start you off here than Wyatt Reeder. You got your 3, 4, 5 hitters up here. This is the meat of your order. This is where, Tyson, I think you got to make a run.
Absolutely. And it's not going to start here, doesn't look like.
No.
You know, I know we joked about even last inning, too, about it's not a no-hitter, it's not a perfect game, about leaving him alone. Mm-hmm. But all of these guys know the powerhouse that Post 22 is and how big of a deal it is to hold them to one run through 5 innings.
For sure.
You know, and not to mention you're in the playoffs. I mean, this is a big deal. I think if Landon's as locked in as humanly possible, he might be finishing this game.
Let's see if he can get McLeod here. He hasn't been able to yet. McLeod's 2 for 2, 2 line drive singles into center field. Has given Landon fits this game. So we'll see if Landon can make some adjustments here. And he's starting off 0-2.
Did the first batter just have one pitch?
1, maybe 2. I mean, it was quick. Okay. It was quick. Just a bit inside. Tried the corner and missed. Out in front on that one. It's going to sneak by for a base hit.
I was going to ask you, Sam, the one run that Post 22 scored, was that off the air from Fox? No, it was they turned that one into double play, I'm sure.
Yep. That the run that they scored was earned.
Okay.
Yep, that was earned. So McLeod goes 3 for 3 on the day thus far.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, and he's going to, he'll advance to second on, you get that a pass ball, Tyson, you think?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so now there's a runner in scoring position here for Morgan. I wouldn't say it's quite a stressful inning yet here for Landon, but the runner in scoring position certainly doesn't help.
So just getting after these guys, the batter's got to help keep his mind focused here. 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. It's just it's consistently going after these batters.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a player of the game to give right now, 100% it would be Landon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now you wouldn't even have to think twice about it. He's done a great job through this lineup. So there, no balk, right?
Nope, he stepped back first.
Yep, foot comes off the rubber. Now, what happens in the event that he doesn't? If he just turns around, or if he lifts his leg?
If he doesn't step back first, then it would be a balk, obviously, and runner goes over to third.
Yep. And that's just protecting the runners.
Correct. Where you don't get halfway into your motion and then decide to step off.
Yep.
Knee's got to be 90-degree angle.
Got the Harrisburg squad rolling in here just to the left of us. They're excited for their first game here at the state tournament.
They play at 1, Sam?
Yeah, they got the 1 o'clock game against Yankton, I believe. Big K there by Landon for out number 2. Sits down Jace Morgan. That'll bring up Dawson Inhofer, who had the big inning in the 5th, where it had the 0-2 count and then got a single and then stole 2nd and 3rd, doing his best Ricky Henderson impersonation. Or do you prefer like Willie McGee?
That's going to be a hit for sure. That's a good spot. Don't throw it.
Yeah, what a great bunt by Inhofer.
Fine run, on base.
Bunt by Inhofer. Maybe for the younger kids watching, like Inhofer doing his best PCA impersonation.
There you go.
We'll make it a little newer. Shout out to my fantasy baseball team with Pete Crow Armstrong.
Gosh, and then guess who you bring up? The best hitter that I think Post 22 has, Wyatt Reeder.
No.
Isn't he after Inhofer?
No, Inhofer came in for Dexter's.
Oh, I read that as.
Yeah, we're on the 7th hitter. This is Carter Johnson, right fielder here. Okay. Mound visit here. This may be just to settle Landon down here a little bit.
And again, if our calculations are about correct, this is at 78 pitches roughly so far. So if that's the case, they're saying, you only got 2
go get him.
Go here, yeah.
Go get Carter Johnson. Yeah, I mean that very well could be like, go. This is your guy. Go get him. 1st and 3rd here, 2 outs. The fans are coming alive. Shout out to the Rapid fans though. I mean they seem to travel pretty good.
Yeah, that's how fair is that? You got the farthest drive you played the earliest game.
Yeah, you get the 10 a.m. game. Congratulations on the 1 seed. You're the 10 a.m. And for you, it's 9 a.m.
That's the first one.
Yep, coming out ahead, working ahead, 0-1, which he's been doing all game. Little breeze coming through the Watertown Stadium right now. Feels good. Yeah, and I think we got a pitcher coming to the bullpen here to start loosening up for Post 320.
He's hoping he comes in the closer role.
0-2 count, and Landon working ahead again with the 0-2 count. Really nearing that 81 pitch mark though. If he could get him here, if I'm 22,
So this is my 81st pitch coming here. If I got my number about right.
There he goes. There he goes.
They got him. Is the runner going to score?
Yeah, and the runner's going to break, and he got him out.
Oh man.
And Landon gets out before 81 pitches.
Oh, man.
Wow.
The runner at 3rd didn't see it right.
No.
Way too late.
That'll take us to the top of the 7th.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters, Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers, Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment. the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Top of 7th, 3-1, post 320, leading over post 22.
Just what a fun game, Sam. Had some good offensive hitting, had some really good defense at times.
Great web gems.
This has been a fun game. And like we've said a couple times, it's exactly what we saw coming, right?
Yeah, geez.
The 8 seed leading the number 1, 3-1 going to the top of 7.
And if you're post 320, you're in a really great spot here. You got the meat of your order up, 4, 5, 6. So you're in good shape. We got Yankton to our left and Harrisburg to our right.
Not sitting with each other for lunch.
Yeah, definitely not enjoying each other's company here before the game. They have their 1 o'clock game. But it looks like they're getting a little lunch and getting themselves taped up and locked in. Yankton's uniforms are clean, all white.
I do like
that
those.
with the red and black on the sleeves.
Ooh,
heads up, coming in hot in the dugout there. See that a lot at Tampa games.
Yeah, that minor league stadium.
Yeah.
Hey, coach has about to go see his dentist there. That ball was coming right at him.
Yep. 1-2 here. Pitcher for 22 still in that 3/4 delivery. He played, or he threw well last inning.
Yeah, and the post 320, I would say closer looks like he's warming up here just in case his services are called upon.
And there's the backwards K to start it off. Melhoff goes down on 4 pitches.
Just taking his time here. Just making sure that Landon's ready to go if he's got to come out. They want to be well rested in case they need him.
Yeah, I think Landon will come out for the 7th, though. I mean,
I do too.
He's past his pitch limit, right? He's at 84 pitches, so I mean, you can go. What was it, 101 or so you can go in a day?
Yeah, I mean,
105 pitches is your daily limit.
They'll have somebody ready, but they're hoping they don't need a second guy.
Yeah, I mean, geez, how about that? I mean, if you're post 320, you come in, get a dub your first game, save your bullpen, have your guy go the distance.
That's a good rip. Sam,
there's your call. Back, gone.
A little insurance.
Wow, and he is hop skipping his way to first base as max speed.
There it goes.
Delivers max power on a bomb to left field about 330 feet over the fence.
His last name should be Power instead of Speed.
Yeah, and he is taking his time around those bases.
He's fired up.
Might be the biggest home run of that young man's career.
I'm glad we got to see a home run.
Heck yeah. It was by our guy, Max Speed, showing max power with the 330-foot bomb.
What a shot.
Big insurance run there for him.
As soon as that ball was hit that left fielder, didn't move too much. I think he knew that one was probably going to be over his head and out of here.
A good insurance run. I mean, they need all they can get. As we've talked about all game, Post 22 did not win 58 games by scoring a run. You know, I mean, they can put a string of hits together real fast and climb their way back into this. So if you're post 320, you got to keep pouring it on. Max speed. I like it. 2-1 count here. Top of 7th, 320 extends their lead to 3.
Gosh, not getting that other runner in on third now is really, in the back of their mind for Post 22.
Count even now at 2-2.
Even if he broke right away, I don't know if he quite gets home. He ended up obviously not being real close, but it's going to be a big mistake too.
Another hit by Pitt.
Skyler's getting a little wild here.
Jet Peterson goes to first, center fielder, so you'd assume he's got some decent speed. So look for him maybe to attack here and steal second base.
Yeah, post 320 certainly take another 1 or 2 if they can get him.
And I don't know, we haven't seen him out of the stretch, have we? Has he been clean?
No, because they had that clean inning last year. It was the first one.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of delivery he's got here. That's going to go. That's going to fall there for a base hit. That's a base hit by Noah Wald here. So now you got runners on first and second and 1 out. All the momentum in the world here on post 320.
Yeah, they are not waiting around. They're still going after hunting these fastballs.
I like it. Get aggressive. Get on base. brings up the 8-hitter, left fielder, number 10, Ethan Wilson. He is 1 for 2. The base hit to right center, took a walk, and then struck out looking his last at bat. Just going to start the countdown 0-1. Very interesting game here, Tyson, as we wind down.
Yeah, post 22 with what looks now is one clean inning the whole day. You know, I think they've had runners in scoring position every one of those innings except then inning 6. Post 320, you know, aside from one or two things in that first and second inning, really couldn't have played this much cleaner all day.
Yeah, I had a check swing there. Home plate umpire asked the first base umpire and said he did not swing, so he did the incredible feat of holding up. I don't know. I always feel like the wrists break and the barrel and the barrel goes over. Staying alive here. Good at bat here from Ethan Wilson.
Do you know with your list of college players there, is Landon Fotts on that list for playing somewhere next year?
I don't have him on here. That doesn't mean that that he isn't.
You know, I think we mentioned Northern and USF. We saw Southwest has a coach here.
Yeah,
if he's not pitching somewhere next year, he might
be after this. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, there are quite a few college scouts here. And Landon has been impressive. He's been ultra impressive. 84 pitches, shut down the best team in the state. You know, the number 1 seed here going into this 58-win team. I mean, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, 84 pitches through 6 innings is quite the feat.
Yep, we get another strike here. Strikeout here. Ethan Wilson. It's going to bring up Kaysen Kostenbauer here.
They're going to pinch hit.
We're going to pinch hitter here. Yep, looks like we're going to pinch hit. Can't tell the number here though. Is that number 1? No, number 1 is who got pinch hit 4.
Your pitcher, please, pinch hitting for the Stars, number
4.
Okay,
Colby
number
Witt.
4 is Kobe Witt. So pinch hitting for the Stars is number 4, Colby Witt. Best number in baseball, number 4, of course.
Give us your reason why, Sam.
Well, that's my number.
I want to make sure the fans knew.
Well, you know, and then you got 3 bases and a plate, 4. You know, 4 places to go. You know, four positions in the infield, excluding the pitcher. You know, so it's the perfect number. It's even.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You know, like.
Ooh.
Well, good start there from Colby Witt, just, you know, taking one in between the numbers.
First pitch, get off the bench, get a bruise in your back.
Yeah, on-base percentage is through the roof.
I was going to mention, I'm not sure why you don't count the catcher as one of the infielders. But
well, I mean, he's definitely he's part of the infield, yes. But, you know, is he in the infield, you know, like...
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You know, I mean, I'm stretching here. I'm reaching.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm reaching. You know, I understand that. But, you know, you know, I got 4 kids. You know.
That's a better one.
Yeah, you know, so it's a good number.
Gosh,
So Colby Witt comes in, sees 1 pitch, wears one right between the numbers, and then, you know what, young man, thanks for your job well done. Now go get out of here.
You know, I don't see him warming up.
Pitch runner here.
But he also is listed as a pitcher. So I don't know what the chance we'd see like a double switch here. He comes in for somebody and then he stays in the pitch.
I don't know. I didn't catch who came in for him, and I can't see the number. Who's on first?
Did he get subbed out of running?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Colby Witt, that's what I said.
Oh, he literally just came in to take one in the back.
Yeah, he took one in the back, and then now they pinch run for him.
How about that?
Yeah. So his work here is done. Good job, young man.
Quick day.
Yeah. Easy, just another day at the office for Colby.
That's going to be right on the center fielder.
Yeah, right on the screws. Line drive to the center fielder. We're going to go into the bottom of the 7th. Excuse me, post 22, trailing 4-1.
Baseball, small towns, and strong communities. It's what South Dakota is all about. And at Sharp Automotive in Watertown, we're proud to stand behind the Legion State Tournament and everything it represents. Whether you're in the stands or watching from miles away, know that Sharp is committed to quality vehicles, friendly service, and supporting the next generation. Explore more at sharpautos.com. Sharp Automotive, where you can always count on us.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out's Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts. And and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
Okay, if our math is right here, Tyson, Landon's got 21 pitches
for the complete game
to get out of this game. We get 105 pitches is your daily limit, and he's sitting at 84 right now.
Even if he's in the middle of the at-bat, they pull him out of there.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. So leading off here for 22 is going to be the right fielder, Carter Johnson. This is your 7, 8, and 9 hitter. Carter's going to go down to 0-2.
Once you know it, Landon comes right after him.
He's just gassing. I mean, he's just throwing gas. Like, I mean,
he knows his day's done. The weekend's done after today for him. Might as well just...
I mean, pitching-wise, right? Like, he's not going to pitch for the rest of the weekend, so, I mean, he's going to...
I guess he could still hit. You're right.
Yeah, empty the tank. And 3 pitches here, you're going to get, you should have 1 out here. Great play by the second baseman there. You start off with 3 pitches, and you get yourself an out. 4-3 put out there. And if you're post 320, man, you are jacked right now.
Yeah.
But you get the lead out.
Yep.
But you gotta compartmentalize here, because you still got to get 2 outs. 21 outs in this game, and you only got 19.
That's a little high.
Felt like he took a little off that one, Tyson.
I think he's maybe just get him a different look. He threw him a ball for once.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
That's a strike. Oh, that's low too.
Yeah, good at bat here though by Rowan Fredrickson, seeing a couple, trying to get that pitch count up. I mean, maybe if you can get into the bullpen, you can start putting together some runs. There was a nice off-speed pitch there from Landon. 2-1 here to the number 8 hitter. And Rowan Fredrickson is 0 for 1 with a walk, and Landon was able to put him down on strikes his last at bat.
It's a good pitch too.
Yeah, evens the count at 2-2. He's got an electric arm, Landon does. I mean, he's exciting.
Good control too. I mean, I haven't seen really any walks.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got any walks, Tyson. I'll look here after this pitch. Goes off speed here, gets him to pop up.
There's not enough room, is there?
Max Speed is trying to chase it down.
Nope. Just about
runs out of room. Let's see. We do have got 1 walk here. If my book is accurate,
that it?
That's it. Yeah, just the 1 walk. And that came to Carter Johnson in the 5th.
That's going to get down or no?
Nope. Line drive right at him.
What, 93 pitches. He's got 12 more to get this last out for his complete game.
See what kind of reaction. If post 320 can hang on here, up by 3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, I'm curious of what kind of reaction they give on the field. I mean, you win a big game, but I mean, you still have more to go. The famous Kobe Bryant said, "Job's not done."
Job's not done.
Is job done?
These are 17 and 18-year-old kids.
Right.
Give a little bit more leeway than Kobe would have got.
For sure.
I think they're going to be pretty excited.
I think the celebration is warranted. And you get a line drive to left field. He squeezes it, and that's that. And then there you see the celebration that is warranted. I mean, they're excited. They came in and shocked the state and have a big upset and take the first round of the state championships here about 4-1.
With 10 pitches to spare, 95 pitches for Landon. player of the game, I think that one's pretty much sealed up, huh, Mooney?
Yeah, your player of the game is definitely Landon Fatz. He goes the complete game, gives up just the one earned run. Had just an incredible control, the one walk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks.
He really was fun to watch, say, Sam. He was intentional with his pitches. He was efficient. He went after hitters all day. A big reason why Post 320 was able to take this one. I'm excited to watch them the next game. I know I'll be tuning in.
Yeah, Yankton-Harrisburg, stick around for Yankton-Harrisburg. Cam Corey and Brett Scott are going to be on the call for that. We've got Jeremy Herbold and Ben Dilla and the team for KXLG that'll recap this one for us and then preview the next one. And we're gonna go to a commercial here, and then we'll come back to us.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
I show with my book, Tyson, that Landon Fatz gave up 5 hits, struck out 5, walked 1, went 7 innings on 95 pitches.
Yeah.
What a game.
How about that? Come in here, shock the best team in the state.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
just in a dominant performance.
Yeah, an incredible, dare I say, Zach Wheeler type performance.
Yeah, he had some timely ground balls, had some big Ks.
Two big double plays.
Yeah, that one at third that his defense turned behind him was fantastic with guys on first and third. Just an all-around good game by Post 320. We said that first and second inning we thought was maybe going to come back to haunt them. They had the bad bunt in the first inning. Second inning they got caught in a steal, right? And that's what ended that one. But other than that, they were fantastic all day. They were the better team here in this first one, Sam.
Yeah. So now if you're Post 320, you play. You play at 4 p.m. Tomorrow against the winner of Game 3, which is Brandon Valley and Renner. So that's the 4-5 seed. If you're 320, you're in good shape. I mean, you're looking to that 7 p.m. game on Thursday night.
Yeah, and I think Renner Post 307 and Brandon Valley Post 131. In the back of their minds, they're probably a little bit happy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I would be. This Post 320 team, they showed up today. They hit the ball well. They fielded well. Obviously, they pitched well. Post 320 does not look like your regular 8 seed.
Yeah, and now if you're Post 22, you're not out of it.
No.
Right? I mean, your path to get to that Saturday game is a little harder, but you're certainly not out of it.
Yeah, I know
far from out of it.
I know the odds probably drop for them winning it all, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't drop much. This is a very good team. We're not even sure if they threw their ace today. They're going to come back tomorrow and they're going to be strong.
Yeah, I mean they're a deep team. And they've got a lot of talent on their team. And speaking of talent, it appears that our KXLG crew has got Landon here from Post 320 along with the manager. So we're going to throw it down to them and hear from the players and the manager of the winning squad, Post 320. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Yeah. What a way to start a tournament. Jeez. That's awesome.
Okay. These guys are awesome.
All right, hey, welcome here to the KXLG post-game show. Man, what a game this was here with Ben and here with Todd. And final score 4-1, Rapid City Post 320 Stars defeating Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats by a score of 4-1. First of all, let's bring in the man of the hour, I guess we would say, starting pitcher Layden Fotts. Hey, what a performance. How do you feel right now?
It's amazing. First time I got to beat 22 in a long time, and doing it stays even better.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, you pitched a lot of pitches here today. How's the arm feel after that?
Oh, it's fine.
You're not going to feel much on that for a while, are you?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Was there one pitch in particular you felt like you had, or do you have your whole arsenal today out there?
Oh, I had it all. I mean, I was send slider a lot. That's what I like to throw.
Okay.
But fastball was working for me at the end.
Good deal.
I was say, it looked like your pitches were being located very well, and your defense played really well behind you. I know the third baseman made a heck of a play to save at least one or maybe two runs there in the fifth inning, I think. So, yeah, great job.
Yeah, my defense played amazing. I can't be more proud of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet you're ready to celebrate, so thanks for coming over. Congratulations. We'll let you join your team. All right. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Let's bring the coach in. Thanks, sir. Good job. All right, let's bring in Coach Mike Jansen. He's excited. I think everybody's excited. Boy, what a way to open up this tournament, Coach.
Yeah, that's a big game for us. Just, cross park is not rivals. Come all the way out to Watertown, and, we haven't beat them since 2008, I think it is. So,
wow.
Yeah, for us, that's a big win for the program. So,
with Layden, you let him go the whole game. Was there any consideration of pulling him before that 80-pitch limit, or just let him go?
He's done that a few times for us this year. He pitched a great game in regions against Sioux Falls East. Did the same thing with the whole game. He's just, he's a senior. He stepped up, and he's been the man here the last probably month and a half for us. And like he mentioned, the defense played really good behind. Played a clean game. Had a couple double plays. Played well today.
Yeah, and how do you get your team ready for the next round after a big win like this today? You come off and got a big win. You got a little time now, but come back tomorrow and play another winner's bracket round game.
Yeah. I mean, baseball is a game of momentum. So you get out there and you start feeling some of that. You get some of that going in your favor. It's easy. I don't want to say easy. It's a lot easier to come back the next day when you have that going. It's just like a big inning. A big inning happens, it's easy to come back out the next one. So, we'll try to keep making the little things work for us, make the plays, and throw strikes. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations again. I wish you guys best of luck the rest of the week.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Very good. And good luck tomorrow. And we'll see you again. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That's head coach Mike Jansen of Rapid City Post number 320 Stars beating, you heard us right, beating Rapid City Post 22 4-1. Before we wrap it up here, guys, let's get one more comment from each of you. Benny, wow, what a way to start the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, great game. It was a solid game. It seemed kind of from the get-go that 320 had a little bit more juice. They were a little bit more energy kind of from the dugout and things like that. So they had a few early opportunities, and they were finally able to break through in about the third inning and never really looked back. Layden kept 22 hitters in check and kind of rode it the rest of the way.
Yeah, he did. He kind of kept their guys off balance with his off-speed stuff. And I think, too, you talked about momentum. Coach mentions momentum in the game of baseball, but I think got to a point when they were up 3-0, I think, and all of a sudden you could just kind of tell they started believing in themselves. Kid makes a great play at third. That really boosted them there with, I think it was the fifth inning, I believe. Yep. And, they all of a sudden, they just caught fire and really felt good about where they were at and what they were doing.
Max Speed, great name, by the way, for baseball. Max Speed had a big home run later in the game as well.
Yep.
And like you guys said, the momentum was on 320 side, and now we'll see where they go. They come in kind of the dark horse, making it in, knocking off Sioux Falls Post 15 in the East, in the regions, and here they are. They open up the tournament. Wow, what can you say? This has been fun, boys.
Yes, it has, and 22's not done.
No,
double elimination. They got plenty of games left to keep winning. So they could meet again in a couple days.
I think that's one of those things where, like you say, they maybe pick up from this one, pick up the pieces, and all of a sudden they bounce back. Then who knows what happens? They start getting out of roll. Any of these teams can do that this time of year. Everybody's playing good baseball right now.
Yep.
And like he said, get some momentum, and all of a sudden kids start believing in what they're doing, and next thing you know, it's kind of a hit parade. Some guy starts hitting the ball, and now all of a sudden everybody starts hitting.
Absolutely. We're going to be back with more. We're going to let these guys hit the hospitality tent and get some food in them, because definitely we need that. Beautiful day. Come out to the ballpark if you're in Watertown. If not, we'll have another game coming up shortly. The next game coming up at 1 o'clock, Yankton versus Harrisburg. We'll have the pregame coming up about 25 minutes before the start. You're listening or watching the KXLG postgame show. We'll send it back, and we'll be back with more coming up later.
You've been watching coverage of the 2025 Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. Like and subscribe to follow more of the purple and golds.